but this was an explosion, and that shit's gonna be pinned on me. No man.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
we
didn't know we were going live right that moment, so
keeping you all on your toes. Hi, welcome. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to Philly by Night, a stream where we wake up about 5 minutes before tech and spend the next 25 minutes deciding how streaming works. I am your
trying to remember.
Yeah. I am your host, Storyteller, Erin, and today at least half of us are playing Once Human right now during this very game. But we're not going to tell you.
We all used to be human, except for you. You're the storyteller, but all of us were once human.
Maybe the storyteller is a vampire.
Maybe. You don't know.
We don't know that yet.
If you want to find out, come to PAX Unplugged, where we'll be playing a LARP of this game. So maybe you'll find out. Anyways, so today is our Anarch 2 campaign, the continuation, with our favorite Anarch coterie. Don't tell Justin. Oh shit, Justin's in chat. Hi, Justin. And don't know what to tell you, buddy. And
just in time, am I right?
Just in time for some facts. So we hope you're having a good time. I'm gonna go around and eat some bugles while everybody introduces themselves. Tell us who you are, what you're doing, where we can find you, and if you are one of the 3.5 of us that are playing Once Human right now during the stream. I'll start with you, Chris.
Hi, my name is Chris. I'm Vendorsa on Twitch and Tend to My Flames everywhere else. I'm not playing Once Human right now, but I am playing Once Human in general. I'll be playing Artem tonight. And I'm in a lot of things. I'm in Chronicles of Krieth with Robbie and Emma. And I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about some of the other things. So I'm just going to fucking move along to Emma.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Emma. I am the founder and creative director of the Tabletop Tailspinners Network, a TTRPG podcast network that focuses on diversity without tokenism and featuring a lot of the GMs and players that you don't see on a lot of your typical actual play shows. Tonight, I will be playing Josette Pelnay, your favorite French Nosferatu. And I play a bunch of other characters on other streams, and we have a bunch of other podcasts over on TTN for me to talk about at the end of the show. But for now, I will instead pass it over to Yuri.
Hello, everybody. I am Yuri. That's at Yuri and the Beast, absolutely everywhere. I am playing the Ravnos Gabriella Cisneros. Let's see. I'm in a lot of shit too. Honestly, just go over to my threads. You can see everything I'm in. Some things I can talk about. I'm not sure what I can't talk about, so I just won't. And it's awesome to be here again. Oh my god, I missed everybody so much. And I'm gonna pass it over to who gets it north.
Oh. Hello, mi nombre es Miguel Calvinero, and I will be playing your La Sombra boy today, and I am known as Norfolk Now and One on all of my socials or Twisted Fates, and I am also on a lot of shit, so go check me out and you will see what I am doing today, and I am going to popcorn it over to our boy, Chase.
I'm Robbie Landis. I'm playing Chase. This is my 5th or 4th session playing Vampire, and like Chase, I still have no idea what's going on. And every other day you can find me over on my Twitch channel talking about just D&D and tabletop stuff in general. So if you need a place to just hang out and lurk or listen to people be dumb, that's where you should go.
And then
I'm the last one, or do I throw it to Erin? Or I
No,
mean,
Corey still has to
Corey
go.
still has to go.
Corey,
Yeah, you're
hey,
supposed
Corey.
to popcorn.
Corey.
How dare you?
Corey is the glue to the family.
I know how this works.
How dare you, Robbie, first of all. So I'm Kori. I do all things creative, and you can find me over basically everywhere as Lane Saw Chassis. And I'm also in a punk band called Chainsaw Lassie. So this little
Which is on my playlist, by the way.
Aw. And so I'm a lead singer, and I yell a lot, which I love. And I'm playing the Toreador Rosalind. So I'm super excited about tonight.
Hell yeah. So, no more bugles for me. So, if you noticed, it's not Pride Month anymore. So that doesn't mean that we're less gay or that there is less charities to support. But for this episode, we are only sponsored by Jody's Dice Farm. So please continue to... Okay, I'm comfortable now. Please continue to check her out. She's wonderful. She uses mindful business practices and ethically sourced materials to create these amazing dice. And
they're super cool. They're super good.
Oh, there's a random D20 there. Hold on. These dice.
As someone who's super bougie about their dice, I actually really like these.
Yeah, like here's how they sound. ASMR going into a resin plated dice tray.
I went gemstone, was like, I'm never gonna use anything ever again, and these are great.
Yeah, these were amazing. So if you use the code Philly by Night, you get 10% off your dice. So go, and it doesn't have to be your vampire dice. If you just want regular dice, 10% off by using Philly by Night. So do it. It is a Lost Boys dice tray, and it's amazing. It's also a local artist, but I don't actually remember who it is. But if I do, I will tell you. So I think that's it for announcements. I'm Erin. I'm your storyteller. Airing my laundry everywhere. And a few of us are going to be in an upcoming Vicen campaign over on Twisted Fates. So go check out Twisted Fates. I think links are on in this channel. So North, if you want to plug your shit, then you totally can. In chat.
A little bit, yeah.
And other than that, are you all fucking ready to see what's going on?
Probably not,
Let's
but
go.
you know, do we have a choice?
You do actually. So bye everybody.
We don't.
This
We
is
have
a
to do
great. This is a great stream. I'm really glad you all came out here today. But you know, Chase said he was done, so we're done.
It's not what Chase said. Don't put words in Chase's mouth.
All right.
Um,
Let's get down to business.
To
To
defeat
defeat the Huns.
the
Hun.
Huns.
no XP had to sing it.
Did they send me
daughters?
daughters? Then I asked for sons.
Wow.
You're the saddest bunch I've ever met. But you can bet before we're through, Mr. I'll make a man out of you.
All
That
right.
was a weird echo.
Emma, you get
I love
2
how the one that
XP.
said didn't need XP.
Yeah, Emma gets
He
2
said he
for
did need
being
XP.
for contributing slightly. Artem, you get 6. You didn't do the whole song, but you did most of the work. Chase,
The whole song
you have
would've
to
been
give
worth a
back
lot.
3.
You can't make me.
Anyways, okay. So, where we last left off. Hold on, I was really rude. I just ate a bugle. Where we last left off, there was an explosion, as there is at the end of all of our games here on Philly by Night. This time, it managed to burst through the glass of the entire block. So those that were inside Josette's home. Were we in Josette's home? Yes. Josette's home.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You all would have heard the and seen the shattering of glass from the... I'm going to say you live in a historic brownstone, so those are going to be really hard to replace. And
Yeah.
and But we're gonna start up on the rooftop where Artem and Miguel were just talking about Miguel's attitude.
No, it isn't my attitude. It was the betrayal of my friend Artem.
But we got over that. We're done.
We
with
are
that.
not over that.
For now. We have more pressing matters.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, okay.
As you look over the horizon of the city, where all these houses are about 3 stories high, and you are on the rooftop of Josette's. You see the direction it came from. It looks like the South Philly area, but it also looks kind of on like where the water is, the Delaware. So, but you can't make out exactly what happened. A few car alarms are going off, and you see down below a couple people walking out, having their phones at the ready and saying, "Holy shit! Check TikTok live, see if Chase Ironblood posted anything." And you can go back in if you want, investigate, but the world is yours.
What size? Like, how massive of an explosion are we talking about?
You know what? Make a wits and awareness, or wits and investigate.
How far away from Josette's is the stadium?
Oh, I gotta get my character.
You are in... Josette, you live in like the Northern Liberties area, so I'm gonna say...
Actually, I did talk about this. Her townhouse is actually in Old Kensington.
Yeah. So a little bit slightly northeast of that, or northwest of that.
Okay.
So you probably, if you're looking south, it looks more to the left than the stadiums are, and it looks a little bit closer.
You said wits and what?
Intelligence.
I got
intelligence.
Wits and intelligence.
Yeah, I changed it at the last second. I'm sorry. Oh wait.
5
Sorry.
successes.
Sorry. Hold on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. It would be... That's a double attribute. It would be wits and investigation. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, okay. I'll re-roll. Fine. Okay. I got 1 critical success and a regular success.
2
Which is
success.
great, 'cause I only have 2. I only have 2 in that.
2 success.
How many, Miguel?
2.
Okay.
2.
A notification comes up on... I feel like Miguel would have a smartwatch. Does he have a smartwatch? Yeah. You get a little ping on your smartwatch, and it's like a breaking like a Philadelphia like city alert thing, and it says that there is a explosion potentially near the Navy Yard, the shipyard that's kind of close to like the IKEA area. But that investigation was still beginning, and that paramedics and fire were on the scene.
Why are you wearing that? You know you can hardly use any technology.
Yes, it is out of habit. I don't know. The kid, what does it say? And he shows it to Artem.
Yeah. Looks like paramedics and fire on the scene. It's near the IKEA.
You know what? Could Chase, because there's obviously going to be some people there that are going to be, TikTok living sort of stuff. So, what can Chase roll to see if he can't get either through some contacts that he knows, checking certain other creators, or just kind of using his own resources to see if he can get any additional details that might not be reported elsewhere as quickly?
Yeah, you could do. You got technology, right? That's a good one for you.
I have technology and then the specialist for phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do that. Add your charisma to it.
All right. And I need to use, and 2 of these dice have to be red ones because of the 2 beasts, right? Hunger stuff. Is that right? Am I learning?
Yep.
All right.
While we
I think
wait.
that's success on the black dice, and then 2 successes on the red dice as well.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna say you're in like an influencer's DM circle, and that starts blowing up on your phone.
All right. Kind of just opening up and looking through it. What is?
You see a couple like shaky videos that people they haven't posted, like no one's really gone live just yet, but it's people running towards the Delaware. It looks like where the Ben Franklin Bridge is, in that area. There is Walt Whitman Bridge. There is a like an explosion below it, as if like maybe a boat caught on fire or blew up.
I will show the videos to everyone who's interested and wants to kind of know more or whatever. I don't think Chase would have any inclination or idea to be like, oh hey, let's go. But seeing that everyone's like curious and wanting to know, would try to help gather as much information as possible.
We are still on the roof.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then he's just doing this downstairs with Rosalind and Gabriella.
And Josette's there too.
There's
And
Yeah.
someone's mic is picking
So-
up crazy sound.
I think that's Aaron. I think your fan might be
Is that my fan?
coming through. Yeah.
It's something. It's really loud.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I think Josette, knowing that Artem and Miguel were on the roof, would have checked in, made sure everyone was okay when the windows blew out, and then run up to the roof to make sure that the 2 of them were okay.
Alright.
At this point, I think the conversation between Artem and Miguel is a little bit different now. Miguel is now a little more concerned about the explosion and that he might need to take a visit.
It's really loud.
Sorry.
Yeah.
How is it now?
Now I don't hear it.
No, it's fine.
Okay, it's off.
Okay. Muchas gracias.
Sorry.
You good?
I believe that now the conversation has switched to more of the concern on Miguel's face now that he is here. He has to go.
Is this something that you feel like we should investigate?
Well, here are my concerns. I have not told anyone I have been here. And that
As you should not.
is a problem. This can come back to me, and I have not done anything.
Why do you think it would come back to you?
Look, we both know in the Kindred Society, the moment someone finds out I am here, they're going to look at a scapegoat. And if I don't tell the Baron that I am here, I could be pinned on this.
If you are so concerned about it, then we will set up a meeting with the Baron.
This is not a gunfire, Artem. This is not just shooting. This is explosion. That is my concern.
We live in very different places, I guess.
Let us do well, Artem. You know that if anything were to happen back at home, you know I would send out people to investigate.
Ah. Josette, do you have
Bursts.
the Baron's? Huh?
Oh, I was gonna say at that point, I think Josette sort of bursts through the door and is like, "Buya, Moncoli, Buya, are you two okay?"
We are fine.
Si, señorita. We are fine.
Do you have the Baron's number?
I mean, I did put it in the phone, but Chase still has to teach me a lot of things about this thing. I still can't get it to work very well.
Don't get it near me. It won't work.
Is that bad?
I don't know.
Okay. Then what am I doing with the phone? Why do we need it?
We need to meet with the Baron tonight.
Oh. Okay. I can give her a call. I'm guessing you want to look into what just happened?
We need to address what just happened.
Yes.
Okay. I'll go make the phone call. It seems like everyone's fine, so I'm going to have a difficult time replacing my windows. With that, she sort of wanders back down the stairs to
As
go
you
make
come
that
in,
phone
Chase
call.
is like, "Hey, I found replacements for those windows on Temu if you're interested."
I'm sorry, what is a Timu?
Well, you know, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
So just
How do they have historic windows?
just for context,
They look like the right thing. It's fine.
for context, Josette, you would know through the years of living in Philadelphia and like historical architecture regulations that you absolutely cannot use Temu to replace the windows, and that it's you have to like go through like the city and get proper like permits and like there's a structure, and what Chase is requiring makes you concerned that he was even accepted into university.
Yeah, Chase assures you he can fix this.
That is fine. But don't order those. I have to go through the city. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I got it.
No, don't. I will get it.
Tap, 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 tap,
I
tap,
have
tap.
to. Oh God. Chase.
Wait,
have
wait.
to-
Enough about the windows. Chase, you were looking. Did you find the video?
Oh yeah, flips
What's
back over
happening?
to the video. There was I guess a boat that people think might have exploded under a bridge. So multiple explosions happening.
The size of the boat.
Did the boat explode?
Big
Did
enough
the
to go under
bridge
the Walt
explode?
Whitman Bridge. Here, he just hands the phone to Miguel.
It's static. Take it away.
Oh, damn it. Is this permanent? All right, I need to do a hard reboot on this now. That's on me. I forgot about that.
I love that he's just like, "Ugh."
I have not.
Don't touch it. It's bad.
Oh yeah. Don't give Miguel access to any technology.
Noted.
So I have not been here very long. Are these things commonplace? That's quite interesting.
No.
The last time there was an explosion in the city would have been the 2020 to 2022 when there were a bunch of riots in Center City. but no like explosions since then. And a truck last year that crashed into an overpass.
I am not here enough to really know if this is common or not.
I'd say no, not really.
Is it something that we should be concerned about, though? I mean, really? Does it really concern us?
I
Little
don't
more
care for the
this.
explosion. I
I mean-
care to talk to people, though.
Yeah, you're right. We could probably at least figure out why it happened, but I mean,
I think he's more concerned about the implication that it could cause.
Yes.
oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
No. I kind of wanted to go look at the blazing fire up close.
Senorita, how about we go there after?
Oh,
Okay. Your curiosity is very interesting.
I guess it's not often you see just a boat on fire, I guess. But sure, we'll talk to people first.
What people are we hoping to talk to?
I don't know.
Your
but the
favorite
faster we
person?
talk to them, the faster we go get to look at the fire.
We're going to have to talk to the Baron.
I think as Miguel is saying that, I'm dialing her phone number.
Okay,
off to the side.
or here's an idea. How about the important people who need to talk to the Baron and who the Baron would want to see can go and talk to them, and anyone who wants to go look at things on fire could do that?
that
I
is an
just
okay
want to
idea.
see what happened, and I don't even know who this Baron is.
She
So,
wanted to kill me the first
that
time she
is
met
not-
me, so
Interesting person.
Yeah.
So wait, before I decide exactly what I want to do, if we're splitting up, why exactly are we seeing the Baron? Like, why? I don't like. What's the point?
Miguel has to talk to her.
I think I'll go with y'all then.
As you would.
You are more than welcome to come, Senorita, of course.
Oh yeah, no, I'm coming.
Oh, oh.
Somebody who tried to kill Chase.
didn't
Right,
try,
first meeting
wanted to.
right away. That is interesting.
I had to
You're so
prove my
adorable,
usefulness
though.
or something.
Tell her why.
I was a
she wanted
bit
to
of an
kill
accident.
Chase. Ah, there you go.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah.
Why did she want to kill you? What did you do?
Existed. I also maybe didn't believe that all of this was real at first, so I'm sure that came across in, a way.
What do you mean?
Did you think vampires were real before you got embraced?
Yes?
Okay, well, I
Well-
didn't.
Miguel, we are from the 1700s, so
Yes, but the stories our parents tell us,
Okay, well, so should I believe that a man in a red suit and a big beard goes around once a year and puts toys in kids' stockings all over the world?
Yes.
he has always been here.
He's been here for a very long
He
time.
turns to
He's
Josette.
been
Is Santa Claus real?
Josette, who is on the phone, just turns
He is-
the receiver away and is like, "What?
He
Is
No.
Santa Claus real?
No,
Is he a vampire?
He's an antediluvian. Yes, of course he's real.
Yes.
I'm so. What? We will talk about this later. Hang on. I'm sorry. What?
Ask the Baron would know. She wouldn't lie. Ask the Baron if Santa Claus is real.
I'm not
I am
asking the Baron if Santa Claus exists. What?
I am
Aaron.
older than the
I'm
Baron.
sorry.
Aaron.
Question.
Is it possible for me to get the Baron's number through Josette's phone somehow and text the Baron if Santa Claus is real?
If you want to try to do that, I will tell you what to roll.
Yes, please.
Okay. And what is your
If it was
what is-
anyone else, he wouldn't believe it. But the fact that Miguel and Artem, is Santa Claus real?
Yes. How
All right,
do you
so what
think
is
he
it?
gets in and out of the house?
Miguel and Artem are like those like uncles that are like that just know exactly in like my big fat Greek wedding that are like, hey, how do you say everybody let's come in for dinner? And he says, and he makes them say the wrong word, the wrong phrase. Yuri, what is your question? Because I think you also had one.
Oh, so if she had, let's say, killed our little puppy here, would there be any consequences to this woman?
I mean,
What do you
they,
mean by
they
your
call her the
question?
Baron for a reason, right? It's like a position.
That's interesting. Maybe I do want to meet her after all.
Intelligence
Chase, I
plus
know
technology. Chase.
I know I told you who Zabellan is. She is essentially the ruler or peacekeeper of the Anarchs. She has control over, or at least a loose control. Anarchs are Anarchs for a reason. We don't serve the prince or the Camarilla in any way. So
Yes.
we have to have some level of organization in order to still function in Kindred society.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have no doubts that June would have known her and talked to her and everything. He didn't tell me much though. So
And
5
I think I'd like to
successes
find out.
Mhm.
and the skull. And the skull, whatever that means.
On a black or a red.
On a red.
Okay. No, actually.
All the successes were on blacks.
Okay, that's okay. You had so many. Josette, roll a wits and awareness.
okay, hang on. So that is 2 successes, one of which is a crit.
Yeah, so while Josette is talking to you, Chase, and Gabriella is talking about like how it would be interesting to meet this Baron, you look down at the table and Josette just had the phone out with like the last phone number, and you're able to just like look over and grab the number.
I text the Baron then is Santa Claus the vampire.
You get a response back that says, "Who is this?"
Chase changes his number.
Oh my god. Okay. It was so good.
Actually,
Anyway, what would the Baron have said while I was on the phone with her?
Oh, she would have said immediately for you to all meet her at National Mechanics. She wanted to talk to you anyways. But did you mention that Miguel needed, or that you have somebody with you, or did you mention Miguel at all?
Yeah, she would have mentioned that an old friend of hers was in town and wanted to speak to her.
Okay, but not his name.
No, she wouldn't have mentioned his name.
Okay, she said she wants to talk to you anyways.
Okay, that's fine. We'll be by soon. And with that, she would turn to the group and say, well, Zabellan did say that she needed to speak with me anyways, so we can all head down to National Mechanics, the bar that she works out.
Now
As soon as we're ready.
when you say all of us, you don't like that's just like a collective like.
That means all of us, Chase.
You're coming, little one.
Can I wait in the
It'll
car?
be okay, sweetheart. We got this.
No. You cannot wait in the car. Do you want her to be angry with me again?
No, she's okay. Oh, you're like. Maybe we should stop and pick her up like a gift or something? Do you think that would help like lessen any sort of?
Oh,
No,
Okay.
Chase. No.
Chase, look me in my eyes. You are part of my coterie now. She will not touch you.
Okay, that makes him feel better. Okay. All right. Cool. He goes and loads up a smoothie of blood.
And I think Josette would sort of like place a hand on Artem's shoulder, like silently thanking him for reassuring Chase before sort of wandering towards the door and waiting for everyone to be ready to go.
Miguel will go to the... What is it that we call it? The shared pool? Wherever the blood is.
The fridge.
The fridge?
No, we called it the party cooler the last time. That's what.
Yes, that was the party cooler.
Okay, we called it the party cooler. Okay, so I'm going to the party cooler and I'm going to grab one and I'm going to chug it down and then I'm going to get the hell out.
I need to know what constitutes a blood smoothie. Please describe. Is
So
it just putting
Chase
blood in a
still-
blender?
So Chase still
Some
has
ice cubes.
trouble just like drinking blood straight. Like the effects of it are pleasant for him, but the human side of him is still weird as like just drinking it straight. So he has to, since he has human-like and can still like digest food, he still has to eat it with food, or else he gets like queasy and grossed out by it. So he literally made like a protein smoothie with blood.
Hey, you have like fucking like Optimum nutrition or something, like a whole case of the powder.
Yep.
Okay.
Does Chase make blood milkshakes?
Yeah,
Is that
absolutely. He
something-
puts
yeah,
it on
he's like,
everything. Like instead of like cheese buttered popcorn, it's like blood popcorn.
He has like a good hot sauce bottle.
You just mix it with like nutritional yeast and you just sprinkle it on everything. Like it's got that umami.
Yep.
Tells
And
everyone
we-
it's Frank's
that
Red Hot.
human
I put that shit on
taste.
everything.
Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah, what? Frank's Red Hot.
Oh,
Look, beef ramen noodles with some Frank's Red Hot. Boom. That's all you need.
I cannot. That is the most Philadelphia thing that's ever happened on this show. It's amazing. Okay. So how are you all, I feel like I know the answer to this. Rosalind, how are you all getting to the Baron?
I think we should call up. Was Julie?
We are not fitting in Julie's car, even with the
No.
missing seat. I'm
Look,
sorry.
I've got the
we
motorcycle.
can sit in each other's
I don't
laps.
know if any of you want the ride.
Oh, hell yeah. Miguel's hopping on the back of that shit. Hugging on to
and-
Gabriella. Not even worried. Like she gets on, he's right behind her. Squeezes right behind.
In that case, we can call Julie. Yes.
So, okay, a couple of
I can
questions.
follow the car.
A couple questions.
I do have drive, and I have the specialty in motorcycles, so I'm not gonna kill us.
Yeah. You're totally good. I need to know though what ridiculous accessory is on the helmet that you give Miguel.
Yes.
Man, I hadn't even really thought about it too much, cause
Hello Kitty,
her and
Hello
June
Kitty, Hello Kitty.
had his car before,
It's
and
fine.
so when he disappeared, she just sold the car and got herself a motorcycle, right?
It's fine.
So I honestly think it'd be very punk though. And so
Hell yeah.
there's probably like little like a
one of
little
those
mohawk,
mohawk
but it's little like spikes,
Yes.
like the studs.
Yes.
That's
Just
adorable.
Some
like-
dumb shit like that.
Is it LED?
Puts it on. Yes.
So her helmet is all tricked out, right?
Yeah.
And so hers does have like the LEDs around the face frame.
Mm-hmm.
And like little like ears on it
Yeah.
that are like pierced as well with like other like fun
Amazing.
stuff on it.
But then like Miguel's is just like a small boy's bicycle helmet with all the spikes on it.
yeah, his is just
Or-
it's a little one. It's cute. It barely covers his head. I think it barely fits, but it's all right.
All right. Here's a question.
Mhm.
I don't know if this can actually work in our world, and if it doesn't, that's okay.
I'm
I just
sure it
wanna know
can.
for flavor, I'd like to have Miguel produce what I'm wearing right now, like his jacket from like basically thin air, and he just kind of like he does the move from Gone in 60 Seconds where he's just like, all right, let's go, and he puts on the
Yeah.
small little helmet, and then like and grabs around the waist, but like it's a nice motorcycle jacket that he's wearing, but it's got like the birds and everything else on it, and it's full of protection, but he's got the small little helmet, and he doesn't
Yeah,
care.
you see Gabriella from like a small little like it's hung like on the front where the helmets were, and she does have her leather jacket as well that she likes to wear when she goes out riding, and so you see her like put that on as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I'm
Her
gonna
leather.
I'm gonna say, Miguel, the way
She's
that's
so much cooler than I am in real life.
the way it's gonna work is, Miguel, it looks fucking cool the way you did it, but in real life, it's just one of those quick change like Vegas costume jackets that you were able to get. It's just, so you did like a flicker of like a La Sombra thing where like you created shadows just for a second to like pull
For a
on a
second to,
drawstring.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
And it looks so sick, dude. But like, yeah, you every time that happens, you're always afraid like you're not gonna be able to like trigger your
pull it
powers.
off anytime. Yeah, like
yeah. So we just see a single bead of sweat, like.
all right.
And yeah, by the time you all are ready to do that, Julie's already outside. You've got her on speed dial. She's ready to go. She's like a private driver at this point.
Is she a private driver?
I'm gonna say she still has to make a living, and I don't think that you all actually have paid her like very much.
I will
At all.
Rosalind paid her very well last time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because she had to fix the seat in her car.
That's true, but she ended up using her dad's car, so it's not like she was able to like,
Oh, nice.
you know. Oh yeah,
Just
that was
loves
a different. Yeah. So she was in another episode, and she had her dad's car as a replacement. So
Oh.
she her car is now fixed. So she, as soon as she sees Artem step out of the door, she rolls down her window really quick, and she's like, "Please don't! I just fixed it. Don't break it again."
No, of course not. And then
Be
he is
careful,
going
Artem.
to very, very gently, as gently as he can, move the seat forward so the others can get in the back.
I don't think I could fit all 6 of you.
Well, Julie, do you
They're-
care? We can fit laps probably.
They're
I
riding
could probably
a
sit in your
motorcycle.
lap, maybe.
She's
Oh,
driving.
Yeah, but I can manage.
so much is
She can
happening.
manage.
I would love. I am. I listen. We could talk about that later, maybe. But I do have to abide by lift rules, and I can't. I can't have
What about the
anybody
trunk?
in the. I need to drive. I can't be in the trunk.
No, we can put Chase in the trunk.
We can all fit. Artem in the side, the 3 of us in the back. Gabriella and Miguel are taking the motorcycle.
Oh,
Hi, I was
At that
unconscious
point, you
last
would
time
turn
we met.
around. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
turn around right there, you see me trying to like clip the bottom of like the helmet bit on Miguel.
yeah. And,
I see.
Julie looks over at Chase and says, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you're feeling better."
Thanks. Mostly better. Just voices in my head now.
Oh yeah. Hey, I have a therapist I could recommend to you. They do sliding scale. They're in Center City. They specialize in like voices.
Artem here actually is helping me. He has a thing from a Russian place.
Artem's a therapist.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
are you? Hey, I'm shopping around. Mine just dropped my insurance. So do you take Blue Cross Blue Shield Horizon?
Yes, I'll put you on my payroll.
On my payroll. I don't
Let
need
us
a
go.
job. I just need a therapist. You know what? We'll talk about this later. She looks at Rosalind. We'll talk about it later. Where are you all going?
The mechanics?
Yeah, the mechanic place.
She looks at the screen. National Mechanics. Got it. Okay. Yeah, totally. Come on in. Rosalind, are you sure you don't want to sit up front? I mean, he could probably fit in the back.
Oh, yeah, I definitely want to sit by you because, every time I see you, my night instantly gets better.
Yeah.
And so Rosalind kind of like,
Totally, me
whoever
too.
was in the front, she just like kind of looks at them and she's like, all right.
It was Artem, who was definitely not going to sit comfortably in the back.
And so Rosalind kind of like scoots her chair up a little bit. As far as it will go. Like, as far as it will go. And so her knees are like basically like hitting the dash, probably.
Yeah.
I do imagine as Artem's like squeezing to step into the back of this vehicle, like the whole vehicle is almost up on two wheels.
Yeah.
As he's like squeezing into it.
I'm gonna say as you like kind of like bend your knees, you accidentally like push like lean into the corner weird of the seat, and you hear a cracking of plastic. No. What was that?
It was plastic.
Fuck, that's... You broke the seat again. They're not gonna...
I will buy you new vehicle.
I didn't hit my deductible last time.
No, he's gonna buy you a brand new car.
See, you're not the first person that said that. I had an ex that promised me the world. It's fine. We can talk about this later. Just don't break anything else. And...
Do a wheelie, Gabriella, do a wheelie.
Do a wheelie.
Yeah, the guys. So she would, so once they're like seated on the motorcycle, she'd turn around to Miguel and just tell him, hold on tight. And she'll pull up next to the car and she'll look into the car window at Julie and says, do not worry about me. I can keep up.
Oh my god.
Just brings down the visor, just like on her helmet. Gets ready to go.
Miguel's like,
oh my god, Julie is in such a bi panic, it's ridiculous.
Same, honestly.
Do you want to discuss anything on the way there, or you just want to skip ahead?
I think we can just skip.
Let's go.
Yeah, we can just skip ahead.
Unless
And Rosalind
Gabriella
will probably
wants to
just
say
post the entire
something,
time.
Miguel is going to be just enjoying the ride.
Rosalind probably what, Kori?
Oh, Rosalind would probably just be like, girl, the whole time. So.
And like you two probably aren't even speaking whole sentences, which is really confusing to Artem, especially. What you say that, and she's like, "Yeah, I know,
Chase is
right?"
translating for him.
You notice on the way though that there is a lot of traffic. A lot more than usual, and a lot of it seems like almost every emergency response vehicle is leaving their respective stations.
In the time that it's taken us to get here, could I have sort of narrowed down exactly how many explosions happened, like how many places or areas were affected?
It was just 2, and it seems like it was just the boat that ended up blowing up in 2 places underneath the bridge at a timely... I'm going to actually make a intelligence and investigation roll for that one. You get that, but for a little extra, make another roll.
Can we go really fast, Gabriella?
We can go really fast on the way back. But I do need to follow the car.
Oh.
4 successes, 2 of them are crits.
Holy shit. Okay. In a moment of dude.
You roll 2 more die, by the way.
Yeah, roll 2 more.
2 crits, you get 2 more die.
Another 2 successes.
Yeah, dude. So you, in a moment of reflection.
I know who did it.
Nope. In a moment of reflection, sort of like there's a quiet moment between you and Josette where you kind of reflect on what has transpired since you've been embraced, and you have a moment where you're like, I really should be taking this shit a little bit more seriously. And not that you have been like joking around, but you haven't really weighed the poignance of some of this stuff happening and how it's affecting your new life. And you learn through your own deduction that vampires are strategists and opportunists. So, and the masquerade is really important to uphold. Whether you're an Anarch or a Camarilla, that's really, it's all about like safety and thriving in a life where at one point you were being hunted. And you know this, you time traveled. You know what it was like for Kindred in another time, albeit briefly. So you recognize that the possibility of timing is important in this situation, in that it's not as if they were trying to take out a bridge, but that they were trying to make it look like they crashed into a bridge instead of the boat blowing up.
Okay. I'm going to keep that to myself for now, but I do turn to Josette and let her know that when we get there, I obviously don't want to be around the Baron any more than I need to, so I'm just gonna, hide in the back somewhere. But
That's fine.
I want, before we go in, I want to, talk to you when we're not all cramped into a car like this, and Rosalind and Julia are basically making out in the front seat. So
y'all are so squished together.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think Artem's in the middle, so I'm saying this like over Artem to Josette.
Julie's a really nice girl.
She is a really nice girl. Just maybe stop flirting so hard because you're distracting her, and I don't want her to crash.
She's not distracting me. Actually, if anything, you're distracting me by bringing that up.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
eyes on the road, please.
My eyes are on the road.
Chase and so Rosalind she turns in the seat like it would be a parent about to
Could I?
Glares at Chase
Don't ruin this for me.
don't ruin this for me.
Could
You know who I
we-
am.
Could
Yeah,
could
I
Gabriella
do. You're
and
fine.
could Gabriella and Miguel catch up during this
Be on the
Whole
other
thing.
side.
You're writing.
right on the
we're
other
writing-
side? We're riding next to them, and then I just whisper into Gabriella's ear, "Oh yeah, watch this." And he waves to mess with the radio, and he finds a station that Rosalind really likes, but would annoy Chase. So it'd be
God.
it'd just be hard rock, and he's just we'll do a little La Sombra technology, mess with technology thing, and it's stuck on that radio station for the rest of the ride. So then it's just and he's the speakers get louder, so it's just now you just hear boom from the car as it continues to ride, and we're just
I'm not even
It's
gonna.
Rebel Girl by Bikini Kill.
I was gonna say
And
Bikini Kill.
Rosalind looks over and she says, "Are you a rebel girl?"
Oh my god, I love this song.
Yes, it's pretty sick.
It's so funny. I was gonna say Bikini Kill. That makes me so happy.
that would annoy him.
Yeah, and the two are just oh my god, I love this band. okay, so so this is like probably the most memorable Julie trip you've had thus far. Remind me to put it in the wiki.
I'm writing it down right now. Bad taste in music.
To be fair, it was
I like
Miguel who
Gabriella.
left it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gabriella would be thoroughly amused too, because that's probably like the kind of stuff she listens to as well. It's just like rock music.
Rebel girl. So you all end up going into turning down third and going to National Mechanics. The bodyguard that is typically there is there. He is sitting off to the side, like kind of looking at his phone and smoking a cigarette. And he sees as when Artem gets out, he recognizes him and just sort of like ushers you all like to go through if you'd like.
Josette will, with Chase having said that he wanted to talk to her, step off to the side for a moment and wait for him.
Rosalind.
Hmm?
Send biggest tip you can in Uber and tell her I wasn't lying.
All right. I'll do that. Rosalind pulls her phone up.
Biggest
then
tip you can
actually-
send on Uber is $1,000, but
Yeah, she actually pulls out her little wallet that she has, and she has gotten so much cash off of so many people. And so
Oh
she
yeah.
pulls open her wallet and gives she gives Julie like $400.
Julie just breaks down. Like you see her, she's like a waitress that gets the biggest tip of her life. So you see her take the money and like her hand on the steering wheel like tightens and she looks at it and she goes, No, I can't take this. And you see her start to panic and then she like presses her forehead against the steering wheel. She's like, I can't take this. This is too kind. This is too much. I feel dishonest. I mean, I'm a student part-time and a dog groomer and an Uber driver and a babysitter and
Julie.
a union rep. And it's so much, you know, it's just hard. There's so many of my friends are out of work and I just get $400 and then like she gets a little ping on her phone. This is like you were just tipped her $1,000. She's like, I don't deserve this. I mean, this is so
Really,
much.
we can depend on you. We
Turn
depend
it
on
off.
you. We know you're gonna be there for us.
Yeah, Rebel Girl still playing in the background. she's like, I don't even know what this
She's crying.
say. I just got my apartment flooded and I had to get rid of all of my furniture. It's just so nice.
Is she always like this, Artem?
I have not seen her cry yet. But
How do you turn it off?
She has really bad luck, it seems.
just let Rosalind do what she does.
Okay.
So
It makes sense.
am I gonna see you again, Rosalind? I'm free on Saturday. I had a date from a guy on Hinge who was kind of nice. I mean, granted, his profile picture was him holding a fish over his head, and I was like, I really shouldn't, but he seemed nice when he said that he was gonna
And
go.
Rosalind puts her hand out and she does the whole little like on Julie. Julie,
Mhm.
you're someone that we can always count on, and so don't even worry about it. You take that money and you do what you need to do with it, and we just want you to be happy and be here for us. All right? Like I got you on speed dial, and you have my number, don't you?
Yeah. It's
All right. Well, you
yeah.
call me Saturday. How does that sound?
Okay. Yeah.
And I want you to smile for me because I honestly, you're one of my favorite people.
Really.
It's true. It's true. And at that point, Rosalind is going to walk away from the car and kind of like look at everybody else like, all right, like, come on, let's go. Because like, well, she does like kind of like care a little bit about Julie. Ultimately, Julie is a human. And
She's gonna ghoul her down. She's gonna ghoul that girl down.
No.
Oh, Julie.
Yeah. Gabriella goes ahead and like goes over next to Rosalind, and she just said, "She is such a pretty crier, though."
You see, like,
Yeah.
her makeup is like completely smeared down her face. She's got like snot coming out of her nose.
She is. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
A little bubble. Oh my god. Yeah, Julie is going to drive away. I'm gonna roll next time to see if she uses that money for like hard recreational drugs. I want to see where her arc goes, but
What
for the
else
meantime,
would she use
Julie. Yeah.
oh god, there's certainly not replacement furniture. So yeah, you are all standing outside of National Mechanics.
Yeah.
Artem will just. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Josette had stepped off to the side and was
Mhm.
waiting for Chase to.
Yeah, he'd also wait for everyone else to go inside.
Okay.
So it was just the two of them out there.
Okay.
Okay. Then we'll head inside, or at least Artem's walking inside.
You guys good?
Yeah, nope,
Yeah.
we're good. We're gonna make out a little
A
bit.
moment. She
It
looks
was a
at
joke.
Chase.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Rosalind's like,
Good
And she
for
looks at
you,
Josette.
Chase.
No, it was a joke. Just go. We'll be in a second
Alright,
so that the
alright.
Ice Queen can vaporize me or whatever.
Do not call her that.
Gabriella and
so-
Miguel, do you go inside as well?
Oh yeah, she is so curious about this woman who happens to have like some history with everyone, and the fact that everyone sees her as like spooky is just like, I need to know who she is. And she just walks right up to Artem.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead.
I was gonna say Miguel takes a moment. Can he assess the garage before he goes in?
The garage.
Yeah, wherever we're at.
Oh.
It's a bar, no?
It's a bar.
It's a bar.
Oh, okay. It's a bar. Okay, so the bar.
Yeah. So National Mechanics is a bar in Philadelphia. It looks like a old bank or like a Greek Parthenon building that is like turned into a bar. It's got these big columns, marble stairs that go up. It's right in the middle of the Market Street kind of bar scene, but kind of off tucked to the side. So you can, if you look right, if you're looking at the bar and you look to the right, you hear all the rowdy people walking by. There's like jackasses that are like throwing up in the street and stuff. But then like you are on this street and it's a lot quieter. And there is a little alleyway and like a little like old like historic buildings right next to it.
Miguel would like to go before we see the Baron to the restroom.
Okay. The restroom is in the back of the bar.
He's gonna go in. He's going to do a quick costume change.
Okay.
You gotta respect it. You
yeah.
gotta respect it.
What's the costume change into?
So he's going to be in a nicer dress shirt.
Okay.
He is going in a nicer dress pants, slacks, shoes, nice blazer, and he's coming in presentable.
Yeah. So you pull on a string and it's like the wrong quick change outfit, and then you pull on another one and it's the right one.
Yes.
No, we can say that you have some kind of like fancy La Sombra ability to make that work.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, he is definitely going to be prettied up.
Yeah.
He takes the scars off. He takes everything off, and you see him. He's completely like Josette would remember him.
Okay. Keeping that in mind, I'm gonna go back outside to Josette and Chase first.
Okay.
You wanted to talk?
Yeah. I didn't mean to scare or to make you scared. That's the last thing that I'd ever want. I didn't know that you saw the things that were happening. When I Marty McFly'd. But when I was in Francois'
what?
body, when I jumped off when I was in Francois's body, I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know if I was hallucinating, if I was dreaming. I didn't know what was going on. But I was there, and I wasn't alone. It was me in a human body with that thing inside of me, mine, and he was ready to. I was really scared, Josie, because my beast wanted out, and I didn't have you there to help me this time. And I jumped because I thought it was a dream, and I just wanted to get back to you and to Artem and Rosie as fast as I could. And while it may have been a stupid choice, it kind of worked. You caught me somehow across space, time, consciousness, whatever it was. I'm sorry that you had to, and I'm sorry that it's caused you the pain that it has. All right, that's the last thing that I wanted to do. All I want to do is make sure that you're happy and you're safe. All right? You've given me this family, Josette, and a purpose, and I'm going to do everything in my power to help keep all of us safe. And in this case, it's going to be to hide in a corner when we go in there.
Jeez. And she sort of takes your hand for a moment. First of all, you don't need to hide in the corner to keep us safe.
I
You
think
and
it's
Isabel
mostly to
and
keep
Will.
me safe in this particular case.
I will smooth that over. It's a bad taste in everyone's mouth for now, but I will talk to Victor. She will. It will pass with time. And that was my mistake that put you there, not yours. I appreciate the apology and I accept it. I just... Seeing that was a lot in that moment, and well, let's just say let's not jump to fatal conclusions in the future as a solution. Before we go in, whatever she asks us to do, whatever we do with this situation that could be dangerous, and with any situations that could be dangerous, I just want you to be safe, too. And if anything happens, anything that puts anyone in danger, don't be the hero.
No, that's Artem's job.
Exactly. Let Artem and Miguel and Rosalind and Gabriella and I do our jobs, and stay safe, because I can't bear the thought of losing anyone, but least of all, I bear the thought of losing you.
Okay, yeah, deal. No losing anybody.
Okay. Are you ready to go inside?
Yes, I will be right behind you.
And she keeps hold of your hand to make sure you're right behind her.
I need like a quick second, and then I will be right behind you.
Jace.
Really, I just...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And she'll let you take a moment, and she'll kind of look back concerned for ducking inside the bar.
Once she goes inside, he just takes a deep breath and says to no one in particular, except maybe the other two beings inside him, "You two better fucking behave." And then he'll go inside.
Roll
I wanna. I want to do it.
I don't wanna.
Do you want a Fanta?
Roll a roll two types of rolls for me. Roll a composure and composure and an etiquette, and then roll a strength and brawl.
Boy, these are not going to be great. Okay. Strength and these are two separate rolls, right? So I have to include my hunger dice in both of them.
Two separate rolls, include your hunger dice in both, and I'm going to roll your basic rouse checks.
Okay. I need to check something really quickly because I have a thing that I don't know what it does, but I feel like maybe it might help or work here. Okay, so my well, let's see how I roll first.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one, the composure one that you had me do, the composure etiquette.
Yeah.
I only have 2 dice, so these are both just hunger dice.
Okay.
Ooh, 2 successes.
Okay.
That's good on hunger dice, yes.
We'll see.
Okay. And then the next one, strength brawl. Oh, you better not have. Success on black, crit success on black, success red, and then the skull on red.
Okay.
And if need be, I have an ability that is called Seal the Beast's Maw, where I can ignore the effects of my hunger for a scene at the risk of becoming frenzied. I don't know if that helps or not, but it's there.
Do you want to use that?
Do I need to?
I don't like that question.
Might help.
Then yes.
Okay. When you are at the top step and you had like kind of threatened your beast, you feel a sort of, it reminds you of when you were in Vienna, where there was a split, where you felt like you were home, but you also felt like you were in a different body. So it feels like your body, although you are just fine on the outside, you are being torn into 2. But not really. It feels like really strong Velcro that's like shaking to try to tear apart, but it manages to like slam shut again. And everything feels quiet for now.
And he will go in and find a dark corner away from people. Kind of, make I think probably try and meet Artem and Miguel's gaze, just to know, like, hey, I'm back here, but ignore me otherwise, and then we'll go and sit down.
Okay. The Baron is already at the bar waiting for you all. She, to those who have not seen her before, so Gabriella, she is very, very tall and almost like, what's the word when you're like bird-like? Avian.
Avian?
Yeah, thank you. Very tall and lithe and angular and avian in that it's almost like a swan where don't fuck with them because they can like attack the shit out of you, but they look very presentable and lovely. She's got incredibly pale skin, this like almost platinum blonde hair that's slicked back and short, just above the shoulders, and very, very tapered look. This white business suit, white heels, stiletto heels that makes her feel like 6 inches taller than even Artem. She's got blonde eyebrows and almost like white eyelashes and this very like severe thin smile. But she's not smiling today. She is tapping her fingernails against a glass of blood, and she turns and looks at you all and sets it down and says to Artem, because he is probably the first one in, and she says, oh yes, you are here. Listen, there has been a... And then she sees Miguel. What are you doing here, Prince?
Good evening. It's a pleasure to see you.
I did not know we would be getting another prince from a neighboring city here. How long have you been in the city?
Just a couple nights. But I wanted to make presence known.
And he gestures in the Camarilla way. And he would like to appeal to her and make sure that she is known that he is not here to threaten her or anyone in this city. And he will let her know that he was here during whatever the explosion is. So he's going to say, Baroness, I have been here and I wanted to make my presence known to you as soon as possible. That the trouble you are experiencing is not to do with me. And I wanted to make my presence known out of respect.
Everybody make a composure and awareness check.
That is 5 successes.
2 successes and a crit.
2 crits, one of which was on the hunger dice. And then that makes, since I rolled 2 you roll additional dice when you crit, correct?
2
more, yeah.
Okay.
If you roll
so
2
that's...
crit, roll 2 more dice. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
If you roll 2 crits, not
I
if
did
you
roll
1.
those. I
Correct.
just
Okay.
wanted to double check. So that makes a total of 4 successes, 2 of which are crits.
Okay.
4
I got 2 successes
and
and 2 successes and 2 crits. So I rolled for the crits and got 2 more successes.
We're composed as fuck, y'all.
One of those crits was on the hunger die, Aaron. I don't know if that does anything.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that does something. Rosalind, what'd you get?
3 successes.
Okay, so you had to beat 2. She rolled and she got 2 to see if anybody was gonna blow up Miguel's spot with that. He's only been here for a couple nights. She.
I love you all.
She, as Miguel is talking, she looks at each of you and kind of like flicks her glance between you all to see. It's almost like she's sizing you up. If you got 4 or more successes, you would also get the feeling that maybe she has a little bit of a bias against La Sombra, that they're maybe a little bit more distrustful than other clans. So her eyes, however, stop on Josette's. Josette.
Mm-hmm.
You know that feeling that people have where somebody is so composed that they have to be hiding something?
Mm-hmm.
She's looking at you and she steps around you and walks over to Chase.
No.
And she takes her finger and drags it along the back of the bar, the booth that he is sitting at. And then takes a seat across from him.
I nod, say, Miss Baron? Your Baroness?
Yes, Mr. Tiki Talkie. How are you doing?
Call me. He shoots a glance to Artem, like, what should I say?
He's laughing at
It's been a rough adjusting is a process.
What have you been doing?
It's, he holds up his almost finished smoothie. The blood's still weird, so I've kind of got, creative with how I prepare it.
Post any videos lately?
In regards to things that shouldn't be posted, no. Keeping up appearances so I can keep making a living, yes. It's mostly just tech stuff.
Josette, every question that the Baron asks, I need you to make a rouse check.
Mm-hmm.
And
Draw.
and tell me when you fail.
What do you mean when? What if she doesn't?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, the first roll was a 5 on a d10, which I think is a failure. So,
It is. So what's your hunger at now?
that would put my hunger at 2, I believe. Let me double check that. Where is my hunger? Why am I not finding it on my character sheet? Yeah, it would put it at 2.
Okay. You know the Baron. You know that she doesn't like to be interrupted.
Neither does Miguel.
You will lose your shit at hunger 4. And you can stop by interrupting the Baron. But she might not like it if you interrupt. So you can either gamble and wait for this line of questioning to be over, but every time she asks a question, your beast is scratching at the inside and like grabbing at your rib cage and stretching it open to try to get out.
Oh, this is wild, because Josette is also grappling with the fact that Miguel was just called Prince, and she had no idea that that was a thing. So that's 2 reasons that her beast now wants to claw its way out, because she kind of wants to scream at Miguel for not telling her, and now she wants to scream to get the Baron the fuck away from Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see if can I roll to see if Artem notices her discomfort?
Yeah, wits and awareness.
Okay.
Anybody can make a wits and awareness during the scene to try to pick up on something if they want to intervene at some point.
Robbie's just curious how Gabriella is enjoying all of this.
Oh, she
Is in love.
She's enjoying it. She's like, oh, this woman. I need to speak to this woman. And she, when the introductions were going on, and when she saw that, she turned her attention to Chase, and she went over and started talking to him. Gabriella just kind of looked around and grabbed herself some alcohol, and she's just leaning back on the bar, sipping and watching everything.
I got 3 successes.
Did you know that Miguel was the prince?
Artem? Yeah.
Yes.
Emma or Josette?
What are we rolling?
Josette had no
Wits and
idea.
awareness. Josette. Artem, you can tell that Josette is getting really uncomfortable. Josette, you will find out at Hunger 3 that Artem, you could tell Artem he must have known. He must have known that Miguel was the prince, because he didn't react as strongly as you did. So when you get another level, you will now know that not only did Miguel keep that from you, but he didn't keep that from Artem. And you've known Artem for a very long time.
Well, also knowing that now, Artem is going to step up and put a hand on Josette's back to try to help comfort her, and I don't know, will that do anything? I don't know.
Miguel is trying to keep his composure
Mm-hmm.
as the Baroness just disrespectfully walked away from him
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
mid-conversation.
She does not
And
give a
he is
shit.
not happy at all, because he
Mhm.
came in with all of the respect in the world to let her know that he was here.
Mhm.
Whether what mattered was the intent, and right now he's fucking starting to get a little heated, and probably will start making his way over to her.
Okay. All right.
As Artem looks down at Josette.
Slow walk, not
Mhm.
like hurried walk. It's more
No.
one of those purposefully going to talk to her walk.
Josette's fists are clenched. She is tense. And I think as she looks up at you, Artem, she's really like looking at you, like expecting you to dump some other shit on her that she has to deal with.
That's
And
fair.
she's like, please, for the love of all things, do not give me more to worry about right now.
As Artem came up and put his hand on your back, he's looking forward. So when Josette looks up at him, he's looking forward. He's just going to say, "He is strong." And that's all Artem says.
And during all of this, Chase is at the point where he's like, and so honestly, like beef ramen with the blood, it's just as good as if you were to use Frank's Red Hot with it. Oh no.
That is so many dice. I love it.
Chase just talks when he's nervous, and I never feel like the Baron's the type of person who just like asks the question and then just waits to see how long you go on for. So until she stops him, he's probably just talking
Wait, I
about
have
his
to.
blood recipes.
Do I have to make another roll, Erin, since she asked 2 questions before I made the first roll?
No, because I'm going to. I said from that moment every question after.
Okay.
She stares at you, Chase, for a really long time, and then go ahead.
Trying really hard to just let the silence happen so that something else can happen.
There is a very, very subtle smile. She is reveling in the fact that you are getting more and more uncomfortable. And she doesn't turn her head, but she looks over and sees like the presence of Miguel in her periphery. And then she chuckles and says, ramen and blood. Who would have thought?
I know some people can't handle the human foods still, but I've been able to.
A real Anthony Bourdain here, eh? And she stands up and kind of like does one of these on your cheek. And turns her attention away from you for the moment. Although she is very much in your area, like your personal space. And looks at Miguel. Miguel, how tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
You are looking kind of even to her. She is pretty fucking tall. Even with her shoes, she might be like an inch taller than you.
Sure.
Welcome to our humble city. We know it is not the Bronx or Queens or wherever you are from, whichever neighborhood, but Philadelphia is still very much a stronghold. Our city is your city. It is the city of brotherly love.
It's visible that Miguel is clenching onto the bar, and he probably dug in just a little too hard.
The rest of you, besides Gabriella, know that she is super duper flighty and gets bored of conversations very easily. And she sort of just kind of like waves you off, not in a disrespectful way, but just a I'm done with this conversation for now kind of way. And because she invited you all here for a purpose. So she says, as she passes you, Miguel, I hope our prince knows you are here. You wouldn't want to leave him in the dark, La Sombra?
No, señorita, he does not, but I will make my rounds.
Very well. If it was only a couple of nights, then I see no problem.
I appreciate your hospitality. May I buy you another drink?
I own this bar. I will buy you a drink.
Thank you, señorita.
And she snaps, and the ghoul bartender kind of like comes to you to get your order as she turns her attention to Gabriella. And she says, and who is this pretty young thing? I know of every kindred in this city, but I have not seen you here.
Hello? Gabriella Cisneros. It's a pleasure. Seem like a very interesting woman.
She holds up she takes your hand and kisses it and like breathes in a little bit as she has your hand to her mouth. And she says, that is why I do not know you. You Ravnos are tricksters, yes?
Travelers. I haven't been here very long. But I am. And she looks at everybody. I am quite enjoying your city so far.
Yes, you are in good company with these kindred of mine. And she looks over at Chase. Even the thin blood has his moments. That ramen comment was quite funny.
He nods and smiles.
Now, I do not know if you noticed, and she kind of like gestures to the sounds happening in the city right now of all the sirens. Have you heard the explosion?
It broke all my windows.
Here.
All of your
Yes.
windows.
I wanted to go look at the flames, but they insisted we had to come speak to you first.
It is probably for the best. You do not want to break the masquerade as much as it pains me to say. Now, this explosion, we have a little bit of a situation, so to speak. I have received intelligence claiming that I am being framed for the explosion.
Miguel chuckles.
Is something funny, Prince?
Why you?
Because I am the Baron of Center City?
But why? There is always a why underneath every.
Of course there is, and obviously that is what I need you to find out.
Do you know who?
You see, oh sorry, you see like when she mentions like that she thinks she's been framed, you see like Gabriella is very like leaning back and very like hee hee ha ha. She gets very fucking serious. And like if I don't know, it feels like yeah, she just like you for the like small time you've met her, like she's always kind of had like the same air around her, and you see it get very, very still. And yeah, she'll ask, like kind of echoing Josette's question. By who?
I do not know, but I have called you all here because of who you are connected to. Rosalind, I know that you go to the Tremere Chantry for those parties. I'm thinking maybe you can try to find out if maybe they had anything to do with it. Josette, that would probably be a good place for you to start as well, since you work there as well.
Of course.
Absolutely. Is there anybody in particular that you would like to have us question?
Everybody. Leave no stone unturned. Artem, you are, until the Lasombra arrived, the person who knew where to look in the shadows. I would appreciate you scoping out what is unseen. Take the prince with you. And for the little Ravnos, I do not know of your strengths yet, but you seem very, very determined to prove your loyalty to me. And I appreciate that. You go where you know best. Use your skills.
It seems like a very interesting situation. And yes, I will help you get to the bottom of it, if only for my own amusement.
And speaking of amusement, don't think that you are useless in this situation. And she turns like fully to Chase. There are many videos being surfaced about this. I need all eyes on screens, so to speak, to find out what exactly everybody else knows. The Nosferatu, no offense, Josette, are a little behind the times sometimes when it comes to Philadelphia. But I think you might be of some use to me now.
As this conversation was happening, she's kind of like giving out orders, or I think right from when she turned away from him, and because he was already earlier kind of looking at stuff, could I make a quick sort of check to see if, in a desperate plea to have something for her right now to impress her with, see if there's anything I could have found?
Yeah. I'm gonna use your last check.
Sure, that was a really good one.
Yeah. So you know that it is a cargo ship, not a passenger ship. You know that it was leaving Philadelphia, leaving the Navy Yard and not coming into the Navy Yard. You know that you are able to get a what are they called? Bill of lading on the ship to know what its like contents were, but that will take time and work. But you are comfortable with saying that you could do that.
Yeah, so I think when she mentions that she wants like as much video as possible, that I would like let her know. He'd say that'd actually be a pretty big waste of a lot of people's time. You don't need all the video; you just need the video that matters. And he would spin one that he found sort of towards that sort of keyed him in on like this is where we need to focus our efforts. One of the explosions was or attacks. They didn't want to look like an attack, so they just crashed the boat. I think this is where we should be focusing your resources to, find clues and things. So that's where I would direct whoever else you might have.
And she like looks like how old people look at things like this. She kind of looks down at the phone and watches, and then she kind of glances over at Josette. She says, "Oh, I would never be so. I would never stoop so low as to admit when I am wrong, but perhaps I am not completely correct on my assumption of this one over here. He may have proven himself more useful than I could have believed."
Even if he wasn't an accident, then I would have chosen him all the same.
Isn't that lovely? Okay, well, you all have a job to do and I am bored. And she turns to Miguel and she says, if you are able to contribute in some way to the city, as I would expect any kindred to do while they are here, consider yourself having a personal boon from me.
Thank you, señorita. What are you doing later?
And he means that in the way that he's intending it.
Not you. And she's gonna turn around.
I think Chase lets out like half of a snark before he like catches himself.
Look, I just wanted to have a warm welcome here. That is all.
She stops. And kind of like dramatically, as they do in movies and or any series on the WB, turns her head over her shoulder and says, I am an Anarch. I do not hold loyalty to princes, except for Prince Thorn. He is a respectable man and respectable prince, and the only authority in the Camarilla that I follow.
That is good, and I will make note of that.
And she's gonna leave out the back.
Ma'am, you said you needed to speak to me?
Yes, fine. Come with me.
Josette will nod and look back to Chase and kind of smile, like giving him a reassuring, like, you did good look before she leaves.
I like her, Artem, but she pissed me off.
Chase wants to ask Artem as well in this moment. you think she could sense them? You know, Frank and Harvey?
Is that why you call it Frank's hot sauce?
No. That's actually that's actually a thing. Frank's hot sauce is a real thing.
Okay.
He probably did not. Let me tell you something, Chase. Most kindred, vastly the majority of kindred, they will not know.
All right, cool. Cool.
In the words of Artem, that did good.
We go back to the hallway in the back where Josette is standing with the Baron. She kind of like looks down at her nails and is contemplating, and she says, things are moving in the Chantry in a way that I am concerned. I don't yet know why or how, but I put a sheriff in place a Tremere sheriff in place, Lilith, to keep an eye on them.
You think one of their own would give you information?
No, but they are opportunists. If they are loyal to each other, they are also loyal to external motivations sometimes. I have a feeling that this one is young and plucky. She might bend a little. I am not sure yet. If anything, I wanted to get a good read on her, see where else I could have eyes. I have eyes through her, eyes through you, and whether she knows it or not, eyes through Rosalind. I don't know what the Tremere are doing, but they are shifty. They are doing things with the Guru and Fairmount, and they are doing things with them with the art museum, and they are doing things over in New Jersey, and who knows, they may be doing things with the Sabbat. But I need someone I could trust to give me as much information as possible as it goes through their slippery hands.
You have someone.
Good. I don't give out these boons liberally. I know I just gave one out today, but I do know that you have one in me at your disposal. Should you find something that could protect the barony?
I will do my best. I've encountered Lilith around the Chantry a couple times. She definitely seems interesting. I will see if I can find out more, hopefully through her, if she is now your sheriff.
Very good. There is another thing with the Thin Bloods. The Thin Bloods in Philadelphia are a little bit different. They are a little bit, well, kids these days, you know.
I do.
If you could, I'm not asking you to use your child in any way that is malicious, but if you could perhaps get running tabs on the Thin Bloods in general. I know that there is a warehouse where they do work. They want to understand us and the way we live. If you could perhaps acquire as much information as you can on how they operate. That would be much appreciated.
Well, are you talking about, and she would ask about, where was the warehouse, Fishtown again?
Yeah.
The warehouse in Fishtown?
Yes.
I can see if I can get more information, but I did go there once. It seems like they're running very... they're experimenting with blood. Not very well. I had to lecture a few of them on identifying samples. They don't have anything labeled. It's very unorganized. I'll see if I can find out more. They know me.
Very good. And she's gonna immediately turn around. Like, her face changed when you said that, and it's almost like she checked out, and she just leaves. And she's gone out the door and leaves you in the hallway.
Okay. And Josette sort of takes a moment, steels herself, walks back into the room, very pointedly does not look at Miguel, instead focusing her attention on Chase and Rosalind, and looks at Rosalind. I know we're supposed to go to the Chantry. Chase, you weren't necessarily given a place to go. Would you like to come with us, or are you going with everyone else?
Yeah, no, I can go to the place.
Okay.
And we are going to take a 10-minute break. BRB. everybody. We're back. We hope that you all have your beverages, whether it is a citywide or a Wawa coffee. We are Philadelphians here, and that is all we drink. What?
Nothing. I'm being an asshole.
I'm going. Where's your fucking thing at? Where's your camera? Where are you?
Don't you dare!
Oh no! Where did he go? There he is.
He's still in our hearts.
I've been here the whole time.
I could be a La Sombra too.
He didn't have his training yet, okay?
Yes. Hello. Oh, thank you so much. That's cold coffee. It is iced coffee, and that it is 4 hours old. So we are back, and welcome if you are new here. I also forgot to do the content warning at the beginning of the video. So this is Vampire the Masquerade, if you don't know from the title. And
What?
if you can imagine. If you can imagine, this isn't Wanderhome. It's pretty scary and violent. But the real winners are the friends we make along the way. So if you're not into gore, themes of consent, and the breaking of that, or psychological horror, body horror, all kinds of horror, then maybe this isn't for you. But if you're into that sort of thing, welcome, you kinky fucker. We're glad you're here. We are at what's the place called? National Mechanics. Thank you, National Mechanics.
The bar.
We're at the bar.
I got turned down.
Which is apparently not an actual garage, but a bar that looks like a bank.
What a fucking sentence that was. That was a whole subject and a predicate, Robbie.
It wasn't wrong though, right? You said that National Mechanics looks like a bank, but is a bar.
Yes.
Great, cool.
Yes, you did great.
It makes me mad. I want you to know.
Listen, if you go, we'll go there. You know what we'll do? I will save money, and I will buy you all the cheapest fucking Philadelphia drink, citywides, at National Mechanics for PAX U.
Hell yes.
North can have mine. I won't be there.
You heard it here, folks. The Baron is buying everybody a drink.
I'll send it to you in the mail.
Wait.
It'll just be a wet bag. Just a wet envelope.
Sitting it in a bag.
Anyways, we are back. So the Baron has left. She is bored now with the conversation, but she let you know that she thinks she's being framed. She always thinks she's being framed, so who knows if that's what's happening, but you're all about to kind of fuck around and maybe find out. We are looking...
Give me a boom. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. We have just discovered that Miguel is one of the princes. You are the prince. Can you describe a little bit about... You don't have to get into detail that would be that you would share with the coterie, but what's your princehood? How long have you actually been in Philadelphia?
So, as far as the coterie is concerned, I've been here for only a couple of weeks. However, I've been here for a little longer than that. So, I've been here for 2 years, undercover. And I am the Prince of the Bronx. I've been placed in that position a little over 10 years now. And I am now here in Philly for reasons.
That means I am pretty sure, Gabriella, you may not know him by face, but you definitely know more because you lived in New York for a bit before you came to Philly. So
I did.
So you would have a little bit of an up in terms of how this that Camarilla run city operates, and that each borough has a prince, and they all work together, sort of like a council. and you can, I'm going to say any social roles that you make with Miguel for until I forget, honestly, are going to be, you can add a dice.
I'll remind you.
You can add a dice to all social roles you make. And that's working with or against Miguel.
Ooh.
We'll call it a New York state of mind.
Tasty.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm adding that to my character sheet right now.
Aaron may forget, but Gabriella will not.
Yeah, exactly. So, so you are all still at National Mechanics. The bartender's there. He is very discreet. He's passing out beers. He's passing out blood to whoever wants them.
At one point, Chase goes up to like order a drink and gets handed a blood, but goes, "No, I want an actual beer."
He says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were a ghoul like me. What?"
No, he takes the drink.
He looks at you very confused.
Gabriella goes up to them. Yeah, Gabriella goes up to them and says, "Here, little puppy, let me." And she grabs the bag and she'll walk behind the bar and like make a mixed drink for Chase. And then one for herself because it's fun.
Why do you keep calling me puppy?
I don't know. That's just what you remind me of, I guess.
Oh, all right.
Do you not like it?
No, it's okay, I guess. He just drinks the drink.
Is it the puppy that always gets picked first, or the one that gets picked last?
Ooh.
I'm thinking because like Josette's trying to like teach him how to be a vampire. So I'm thinking, you know, when you're like you get a puppy, and you have to train him to like pee in the pad and not bite stuff. And like,
trained.
I was,
so
you know,
that's what Gabriella's thinking.
Puppy
Like,
school.
He's little, right? Like he's the youngest. And he's getting essentially trained by Josette on how to exist now. So,
just before we came back from break, I was just thinking how, you know, last session at the beginning of it, y'all just went to town on him. I'm like, at least this week, people are being nicer to Chase.
I'm being.
And then Yuri's like, "Where's my kicking boots?"
No, but she honestly like. When she says it, like, she says it in an endearing way.
Yeah.
Like,
that's fine. I don't think that he doesn't take any, like, offense from it, but I think he's just wanting to understand what the current... how the current relationship is developing, I suppose.
I love this so much.
So, yeah, it's fine. Great.
The pee pad.
Josette would also step up to the bar and go, Gabriella, can you get me an, I'm in the mood for O
Anything you
negative.
want, darling?
Can you just get me an O negative in a to-go cup? And mix something a little stronger into it.
I got you. And having worked at bars for a very long time, it doesn't take her very long to find where everything is.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I think, well, it makes sense though, because this is like Jace's first time like seeing her in her element, basically.
Right. Yeah. I guess if you wouldn't have mentioned it before, yeah, that makes sense. No, you did mention it back
probably
at Josette's house, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, she did.
No,
she made some drinks.
Oh yeah, I made you guys all drinks. I did.
So Chase is the one who says that. Chase literally says, "Oh yeah, you're a bartender."
Amazing.
But yeah, she gets like the ghoul to like help her out. And
yeah,
they get them all sorted out.
He's very think Jason Stackhouse from True Blood, like very like good boy, kind of has a little rebel side, but like he's cute and sweet, and he helps out. He's like, oh yeah, absolutely. And he lets you do your thing and is like complimenting you as you make the drinks and saying like, wow, I didn't realize you could do that instead of just adding the mixer first. That's really interesting. I need to remember that. And that is like, he sort of was like totally nonplussed that you're taking his job essentially. And when everybody is fed, anybody that has blood that has 2 hunger, you could slake one.
So I'm down to 1 hunger now?
Nope, you are gonna be at 2 as for now as the normal minimum as long as you have 2 beasts.
Yeah, cool. I thought I could get it by you.
Nope. I don't forget that.
Question.
Yes.
Is there a part of the bar where Miguel can just sulk for a second?
Yeah, so it's an L-shaped bar. You could sulk in the corner if you want.
Okay, yeah, that's where.
That's where Chase was earlier. So.
Oh yeah, he's there, and totally 100% to himself.
Gabriella just makes an extra drink, and she's done this a million times. She looks to make sure that he sees her, and then she'll push the drink along the bar so it reaches him.
He just casually, as it's about to hit the wall, he'll grab it and just signal over.
Before you all continue with that, I will say to Chase, you know from your short time as a vampire, that the way to slake all of your hunger is to drain a person and kill them.
Yep.
You don't know if that's gonna work for you, but you know that is an option.
Not gonna do it. He's got baby teeth. Couldn't if he wanted to.
Well, there's implements you could use.
Somebody could crack them open for you.
Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Stick a straw.
Like that movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Like a Capri Sun. Shut up. Oh my god. Yeah, so we're in the chase corner. Miguel's looking pretty sad.
We don't need to call it that.
I'm sorry, but Lloyd
Miguel's
called it.
Now, so.
Lloyd called it the chase corner, so you're
okay. Well, you know what? Lloyd is one of my players, so
exactly.
He will be punished for that on Monday.
You better not be. Lloyd, if he let me know if he punishes you for that, and I'll punish Chase.
They're going to the far realm. All right, it's everyone's being punished on Monday.
Don't give them your names.
But yes, we are in the chase corner with Miguel.
So much.
Miguel, it's going to be Miguel's corner for now, and
yeah, the Miguel corner.
Miguel's he's in the corner. Music is playing, and you could visibly tell Miguel's not very good at hiding his emotions. So you can visibly tell that he is upset. And he kind of wants to be left alone. And he's got thoughts going through his head right now because one, he's had to now come out to the Baron and basically tell the Baron he's here. So now his cover is blown. For the last 2 years, his work has been tossed aside. And he's lied to his friend. And he feels angry with himself. He is angry with the situation. He is angry with himself. And he doesn't know how to react right now. Because he wants to just leave and go back to New York. But he has a boon. So he's contemplating.
Could I well, you said he's not good at hiding, so
oh no. You could totally visibly see that he is angry.
don't know that Chase would want to. He's gonna do it. You've helped him a bit, so he sees you maybe not doing so well, and is just gonna throw a lifeline out there and see what happens. So he comes and sits down next to you. So, the Rangers, am I right?
When you sit down, I'm assuming this bar is wooden.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a huge dent where his hand is, that he has made an impression into this bar.
Just now, in response to Chase, or having already been there?
Have already been there. So it's visible. It's there.
If you needed to talk to someone who you know, even if he talked to other people, wouldn't believe, you seem like you have everything that you need, so I'm having trouble knowing how I could be useful to someone like you. But if you have an idea, I would do it. I'd be there. I'm there for you. All right, cool. Good talk.
He places a hand on your shoulder and visibly slaps down on it, but not in a harmful way. It's more of just like an understanding. It's an understanding.
A little bit.
Yeah, he's pissed off. So he's just more like, doof, and he gives you a gentle squeeze, and he tries not to put as much pressure as he wants to.
You should try Rage Room sometime.
It wouldn't contain me.
Oh, it's not supposed to. It's where they like put a bunch of like really expensive like breakable stuff in a room, and then you just get to like go crazy and just smash everything, and then they like pick it up afterwards. Chase will just sit in awkward silence with Miguel.
I think at this point Miguel is looking at his glass, and he does a side eye, kind of like one of those where he doesn't lift his head, but he moves enough to lose his contact to Gabriella first, because that's who's in front of him, and then he'll switch his gaze quickly to find Josette's.
I think the moment that Chase went over there, her jaw kind of tensed again, and she's glaring over at this moment.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Gabriella like walks over now, like on the other side, right on the bar side, puts down another like mixed drink in front of Chase. She's making them pretty light because he's young and she doesn't know how much he can drink, and she respects Josette, so she's like, "Here you go," and then gives Miguel just like essentially it's like a half glass of whiskey, like neat, like no mixer,
he's
no
gonna be a little
nothing.
happy to see that.
And sets it in front of him. And then goes, "Well, when you don't know what to do, it always use things to take your mind off of it until you figure out what you want to do.
¿Qué tienes
So-
en mente?
Couple of things. Not what you think.
You even
Because she
know
knows
what
what
he
he's thinking.
What is he thinking? Why does everybody think that they know what Miguel's
It's the way
thinking?
you're saying that. Like, I either want to like
I know,
smash
I know.
girls or smash a quesadilla. Like, fucking.
He's
Face
just
having-
speaks sensually.
Oh my
This
god.
This is the way Miguel knows how to speak.
Oh.
Chase has no idea what's going on between either of them, so he just says, "If you know, if you have problems, you should just find someone to talk them out with." Sometimes
Artem's a
saying
therapist.
things instead of thinking things inside, just it helps, you know. And obviously, you know, Josette's a good listener, so you could always bounce things off her if you need to.
Oh, I don't think Josette's very receptive to listening right now.
No,
Um,
she is not.
but you know, we just got a mystery set in front of us. Quite an interesting situation. Diving headfirst into something like that will take your mind off of it until you know what to say to her.
You know, and Miguel is going to say something within earshot of both Chase, because he just happens to be there, and Yuri. And it's been over 2 millennia. I have been chasing a ghost. I've been chasing the one who has left me with nothing. So my mystery here is over. I can help you, but that gets me nowhere closer to where I need to be. Mi amore is gone. And no one has paid for their death.
Oh, revenge then.
Justice is the way I see it.
Of course, color it however you like. And what were you planning to do if your cover hadn't been blown?
Find more answers.
There's no reason you can't do that anyways.
I've been doing this alone.
Yes.
It's gotten me nowhere.
So don't you think that doing it the same way, you have been doing it for millennia and it hasn't gotten you anywhere? Don't you think doing it the same way still is sort of a fool's errand? Do
It's
it
the
differently.
It's the only way I know.
The way I see it and the way I understand it now is you can do whatever you want. I don't see why now your friends knowing who you are, I do not see why that stops your efforts or hurts them in any way. If anything, it makes it easier. They'd be able to help with the whole information now. There is nothing
Señorita.
stopping you.
Señorita, you are wise, but you are still young. There are lots of kindred out there who look for themselves, myself included. And I trust Josette and Artem, but the Artem hurts me. Josette, I hurt. Why do you think they would want to even help me?
Because they care for you, clearly. That is what people do. They hurt each other. And those who stay, well, that's how you know. They're here. We'll see about it, Josette. But I doubt she will leave you either.
She has left me before.
Then talk to her. Ask. You won't know just by speculating. You don't have to do it alone anymore. That is clear. You've been doing it alone and it has gotten you nowhere. Do it differently.
He looks over to Chase. What do you have to say?
I would like to use Silence of Death that nullifies all sounds that I make so that Gabrielle can't hear what I say to Miguel.
Okay. Yeah, I think that works against Kindred. Is that a rouse check to make it, or is that a free?
I do not know.
Hold on.
So the way that it works, because I have
Sorry.
it as well.
Oh, perfect.
is-
Yeah, I have it too.
Yeah, the user silences their footsteps, clothing, minor collisions, and other sounds of their person. This makes the vampire undetectable. It is a free cost, and if any observer could only notice them by sounds, such as when on a different floor of a house. The power does not eliminate sounds that the user makes outside of their personal space, i.e., throwing or dropping objects or slamming doors, for example. Failing that, only sense of the unseen can detect the user.
And I don't mind
so
making
it
some sort
makes-
of roll if this is a bit of a different use of it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it makes you completely silent. So if you were to talk, nobody would be able to hear you. It is a different ability to be able to like talk so that only one person can hear you and not nobody else.
Gotcha.
That is a
Okay.
it's a discipline. Yeah.
Gotcha. In that case, then I would just whisper, and if Gabrielle wants to lean in to hear, then I think she'd be able to. But he says, I can't imagine, nor would I begin to try to lecture you or give you some fortune cookie wisdom on how to overcome what you've lost. But I might be able to help you look for new information sometime else, if you think it'll help.
Do you ask what is it called, the Alexa?
No, Miguel. It seems like the trail has gone cold. You say you chase a ghost.
Yes.
The longer time goes on, the harder it's going to be to find information. If this happened 1,000 years ago, I can't imagine that the internet would have anything for us. But if we need to look in another time, we can.
That's dangerous.
I know.
Josette would not let you, and I would not let you do that either.
Well, know that the offer is on the table, that if you think that would help you, then we could talk about it.
The thought is there, and it is appreciated, but I could not ask you to do something.
You're not asking me. And if you just need a reason to... Sometimes we have a grief or a trauma that's with us so long, we convince ourselves that it can't be solved no matter how much we want it to be solved. I know you're not asking, but if you think it will help, we can get Josette on board.
We need to get everyone on board. But that is not a me problem. We're focusing on me too much. And you can see that Miguel is not comfortable anymore about talking about his feelings. And he's going to scoot back. And if he's allowed, he would grab Gabriella's hand and in a very respectful manner, give it a nice gesture, like a kiss on it, and then walk off and place his hand on Artem and glance over to Josette. We have lots to talk about.
We do. Do we want to do it now, or do we want to wait until the business is concluded?
We can do it out of this place. And he gestures. Too many ears around.
I think that at all of this, while all of this is happening, there is very much something to be done, and Artem is very much in business mode, and he is losing his patience with how much time they're spending here, because he doesn't drink at the bars or anything like that. And I think that he, at this point, is getting ready to just like walk out the bar on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's doing that, he's going to approach Rosalind, because y'all are going to the Tremere, right? He's going to go up to Rosalind. It's going to be like, will you be safe without me?
I think I can handle myself, Artem. But that's real sweet of you.
You know, you
Do you
tell him, if anything goes awry,
yes,
I will burn down the ivory tower and leave them to worship the ashes. Okay.
Well, no need to get your matches out just yet, but do you still have your phone, right?
Nah.
Well, make sure that the sound is on. And so Rosalind holds her hand out, just so she can check, because Artem's not good with technology, and she's like, I'm gonna double check just in case. And so she looks at his phone and like clicks the volume up, and she hands it back to him. All right, it should be good now. You just make sure that you have your ears open for it.
Thank you, Leah boy. And he's going to put his phone in his pocket and walk right out the building and start heading that way. Whoever wants to follow him can follow him.
I feel like Gabriella would honestly probably go, because she has no real stakes either way, like with either group, so she'd probably go wherever she feels that the most trouble would happen.
Oh, it would be coming with Miguel and Artem, because Miguel needs to burn off some steam.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess like she would think like, oh, she wants to know, like, I don't know, she wants to like see him punch somebody or something. She's just like, I'm okay.
Do something. Oh my god, fight.
Now I really hope that Tremere people do get into a fight, because Gabriella's gonna be so upset.
He's so sad.
Please put like somebody in our way, because Miguel just wants to punch something.
Let's see. Okay. So the three of you where are you guys going? The fight, who we think are gonna fight? Ones that need to punch things?
We're going to
Wherever Artem is taking us.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just going to fight?
No, going to the site.
Oh, going to the site.
I mean,
I
you know what?
mean,
oh yeah.
I think that if that's the case, if they're gonna go somewhere like where like an explosion was, I think that Chase would give them the information that he has about like the ship, and in this time, would I have been able to use my contacts, my ally background, the hacker group, to maybe see if I could have gotten information on like who either chartered the ship or like sort of who was see if I can find something to point Miguel and them in the direction of someone you can go and question.
You receive the bill of lading that you've been waiting for. Your hacker group comes up with the it's like a encrypted message and whatever that looks like. I'm not a computer person, and it is a code, like a coded thing that you're able to whatever you do, cool like do 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 on your phone. And it looks like a shipment of just like medications and stuff from a pharmaceutical company. But what's weird is that, you know how like when you're on LinkedIn looking for a job, as we all are, there's like a million different if you're looking for like administrative work, there's like a million like enterprise offices, LLC, USA, and they're all scams, but they're like all the same and kind of all vaguely worded the same way. It looks like a very vague, like ChatGPT generated bill of lading for medication. All generic brands, all the quantities all the same, doesn't make sense. The shipment, the name for the recipient is like John Smith, Dr. whatever, LLC, things like that. It's very weird.
Okay. I passed that information on to Artem, Miguel, and Gabriella then.
Yeah, Gabriella can use a phone. She's probably gonna be the one.
Don't give it to Miguel because I legitimately was giggling to myself because I was like, he finds all of this and he's gonna give it to Miguel, and that's
No. He would have learned his lesson from the last time. So he looks at Miguel first, then goes, absolutely not. Looks at Miguel, or then looks at Artem and is like, Gabriella, let me airdrop this to you, and gives the information.
Artem's not the worst with technology.
True.
No, but out of the three of
with
us,
punching things.
Yeah, and if Chase were to say airdrop, Artem would be like, "There's no need to drop your phone on the ground."
Artem's like, we don't have to go to that extreme.
Fair.
We don't even know who we're airdropping stuff onto yet.
To be fair, Miguel just isn't good with technology because technology doesn't play nice. So he hasn't had the opportunity to do anything. So he's just like, every time he touches it, he's like, ooh, cool. He has a smartwatch for whatever reason because he thinks it's cool, but he can't use it.
One day it'll work. Until then, you're always like, Dinkelberg.
Until then, it's a dumb watch, am I right? But I'm
get this guy out of here. So you give Gabriella the phone, the
information.
Yeah. Okay. Doke. How are the three of you, Chase, Josette, and Rosalind, as if I have to ask, how are you going to make your journey to...
I assume Julie's still waiting outside.
Yeah. If you go outside, you'll see Julie is like, she's like a bubblegum sandlot bisexual. Like she's cute and sweet, but she also wears backwards hats, and she's got a carabiner, but like she also is probably a pillow princess. So you go outside and she's kind of like pacing up and down and outside of her car, and she's like, okay, what do I say? Like taking a drag off her vape pen. She's like, what do I say? Hey, I was just in the neighborhood. Ugh, fuck, she knows that already because I was literally just dropped her off. My shift ended early. No, she's really good at seeing right through me. Hey, I just wanted to see you. And she turns around and she's like, oh, hey.
We were all just watching her. Yeah.
Hey, my,
Waiting.
Who are you talking about?
I just dropped off a person just over there at Sassafras. That person right there. And she just points to like a random person. That person just dropped them off. And I'm here. It happened to be right
So
here.
funny if it's me.
Well, how lucky we are. Because we are in need of your services again, my dear.
Oh my gosh. Of course, and she opens the door for you first, like specifically. Like, please, all 6 of you, are they taking the motorcycle or
Just us 3 this time.
Oh, okay. Great. Okay. I guess the other 2 can sit in the back, but yeah, for sure. Wherever
That's how
you
cars work. Yeah.
okay. Wherever you want to go.
Be nice.
Sorry. I'm sorry. That was. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Rosalind, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
You look great, Rosalind. Shit, I already told her that, didn't I? I could have sworn I told her that. Anyways, wherever you want to go. It's on me. You know what? On the house.
We're going to the Franklin Institute.
Franklin Institute. Didn't you guys? I feel like I've been driving a lot of people to the Franklin Institute recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Who else did you drive over there? Just, I'm just curious. It might have been some people that we know. We are meeting some people up there tonight, so.
Oh, I don't really remember who it was. They talk weird, like your big therapist friend.
Okay.
Like not like Russian or anything. That's kind of rude to assume that speaking in an accent is weird. Just like they talk like, I don't know, like they were on drugs or out of touch with reality or didn't know like how cars and phones work. I don't know. But yeah, just, a normal day in Philly.
Well, thanks for letting us know that. You're just something else, aren't you?
Yeah, I feel like I broke like a HIPAA law or something, but it's okay. I'll be fine. I'm off duty. And she like unplugs from her USB thing, the little lift light. And the Uber light and the Grubhub Eats light. And the Domino's light, probably.
Can we please say that the music has not changed?
It's still
Yeah,
Rebel
great.
Girl.
Rebel
Rebel Girl. Yeah. As the 3 of you go into the car, I want to turn back to Miguel and Artem and Gabriella. What are you doing?
How far
Where?
from us is the site?
It's literally like 5 blocks.
Oh, the
then
Miguel is fucking
we're
jumping
walking.
roofs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we can walk.
Okay.
Artem's not jumping roofs.
Oh no, Miguel is going rooftop and like
So extra.
he is.
Just
He's
ninjaing his way over there.
He is going rooftops. All right, Miguel is going rooftops. At this point, he had a quick change again because he's not gonna do this in his nice suit. He's gonna go in his other nice suit. So he's gonna jump on the rooftops and just like basically make sure that the top is clear, so nobody comes up. So he's like bamfing over the rooftops just to kind of get a high ground.
Okay.
Artem is walking like, he's walking very clearly like he's on a mission, and eyes of the beast. So his eyes are like glowing red as he's
Ooh.
like fucking just going straight
Yeah,
through.
so Gabriella walks up, like she looks up and she sees like, well, he's a La Sombra doing La Sombra things. What do you
Yes.
expect?
Exactly.
But she walks up next to Artem and smiles, just says, "I got this," and she'll do unseen passage on them.
Can you
Okay.
explain unseen
We
passage?
can. Oh yeah, they can't see us.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we don't make any like really loud noises or do something like that's, like that, then we're pretty much at least to like the humans. We should be able to pass unseen. And so since we're going to be walking on the sidewalk, she figured better safe than sorry.
Okay.
Well, Artem's thing is like everyone, is gonna be at ground level, so he's fucking.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, Artem, what are you looking for specifically?
After all of the information that's gone through, I'm looking for kindred, 1, and 2, kindred who look either nervous or like they're just getting out of doing something. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That guilty look.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That look like they're trying to hide in plain sight kind of thing.
Yes. Miguel, what are you trying to find specifically from the roof?
Miguel's doing what Miguel's been doing for 2 years, which is hiding in the shadows and looking and lurking, and basically, I wouldn't say he's looking for something kindred per se. He's looking for anything that's out of place, but also to kind of make sure that we don't get ambushed, because he still doesn't trust that Baron.
Yeah.
So he is going to continue to keep his back up against things and look out below to make sure that Artem and Yuri don't get, even though they're unseen, they don't get ambushed from behind.
Ow. Okay. And Gabriella, you are you're focused on
I'd just be concentrating on like just having us be as like silent and as
Perfect.
possible, which like she finds very hard. She's never had to like hide somebody so like large as Artem.
They're both
It's usually
pretty
just
big,
like
right?
yeah.
right. And
Well,
so
I'm on the
that's what she would be
Oh,
like
right, right.
concentrating on. And then when she looks at him and she sees like he's like super like it like like work mode, like I'm getting shit done and stuff, and you see she's a little more excited about this than she should be.
Okay. As you make your way down towards the bridge, and I'm sorry, it's a little bit more of a 5-block walk. It's like 5 blocks to the, or it's really like 3 blocks to the waterfront, and then it's about 5 blocks down. As you get closer,
I don't like the rocks.
Whoa, that's a lot of.
It was just 3.
I love the clicky clacky.
Okay. There are Artem, you don't, and Artem and Miguel. You do not see any ghouls or humans or and otherwise like non-supernatural beings reacting in a way that would suggest like they're part of the second Inquisition, or they're hunters, or they know that this is more than just a boat running into a bridge. It seems like with the 2 boats this year that crashed into bridges, people are like, oh my god, again? Or like, that seems to be the vibe happening.
Sure.
Artem, you notice that the other side of the bridge, the New Jersey side, looks a little busier than this side of the bridge. Not necessarily in emergency response vehicles, but onlookers. Like there just seems to be a huge crowd on this bridge that is like looking down at the boat. Make a intelligence plus investigation roll.
Can I add my Eyes of the Beast to that?
You can.
Okay, that's good. Okay, hold on. 4 successes, 2 crits.
Holy shit. Okay. You notice as you're like staring at the crowd, it's very, I would say it's a far ways away, but with your like protean discipline in general, I'm going to say that you have more of a animalistic sight, like range of sight. I'll give that to you in this case. And because of who you're noticing there's a reflection, like when you look at like a dog or a cat or an animal in the dark and the lights are reflected in their eyes. There seems to be reflections like that on the bridge from the people. You know that New Jersey is where the Guru live. And you can discern that if they are all gathered on the bridge, that even if they're not directly involved, they now are aware that something is happening. They know it's not just a boat crashing into a bridge.
Okay. I'm making my way up onto that bridge.
Okay. Miguel. Make a intelligence plus politics.
Oh, yes. I got you. My eyes are blurry. Sorry. That's a 1 success.
Okay. You don't see anything necessarily out of place. But you don't see anything out of place, which is kind of out of place in terms of kindred involvement. You can tell there are some, you can see some kindred in the crowd that look nervous, as if they're threatened, like they're afraid they're going to frenzy. Not that they look guilty. You just see a sporadic couple people that are kind of like wincing and looking away from the flame. You find it odd that the Baron is investigating this as much as she is, and the prince is nowhere to be found. The prince hasn't contacted anybody. The prince isn't really investigating. Sure, the Baron says that she was framed, but why are there not more people of political power that seem to be concerned about this?
Yes, that was my thought. And wish she was full of shit.
Before we go to Artem on the bridge and Gabriella, let's go to the end of the car ride where the three of you have pulled up to the chantry. You notice, Josette and Rosalind, that usually at night the chantry is open. You can come and go as you please. Today there's like a security detail posted out front.
That is new.
Probably has to do with, like, what happened, I would assume. Is it
know.
like we should be worried new, or...
I mean, we should go up to him anyway.
We shall find out if we are supposed to be worried, I suppose. Rosalind?
And she would leave you to deal with. She would kind of be looking at you, asking if it was okay to leave you to deal with the Uber driver, whose name I for some reason can't remember.
Julie? Oh my god.
Julie.
Julie's offended.
She's sort of giving you one of those looks of like, can I leave you to deal with Julie and go see what's going on so that we don't spend 10 minutes waiting for her to be done rambling? Normally Josette is much nicer about this, but she is not. She's in a mood today.
Rosalind kind of just like, does the blink. Like the, yep,
And Josette kind of nods and thanks and sort of motions for Chase to come with her. And we'll start walking over to the security detail.
Yeah, Julie says, I'm so glad that I have you alone. Listen, so I'm having, like, I feel like I could just open up to you. I'm having, like, these problems with my boyfriend, Derek. I'm poly, by the way, so, like, totally, like, not exclusive at all. Derek is monogamous, though, which is kind of a red flag. I don't know. We had to talk about boundaries and jealousy a lot, but anyways, I'm just having a problem with him because he just...
And at that moment, Rosalind's, like, her eyes, like, as they start to kind of, like, glaze over. Because, I mean, you know, she loves Julie, but, like, she loves Julie in, like, a Julie does things for her kind of way, you know?
Yeah.
She's just gonna do, like, she's gonna, like, compel Julie.
Yeah.
And she's like, why don't you just... And then, like, she stops and she thinks for a second. And before she, like, her eyes, like, Rosalind's eyes change, she's gonna get a little snack.
Ooh.
She's gonna get a little snack.
Okay. On what? I
mean, so...
Like, what part?
And so at this point, like, Rosalind knows that there's no reason for her to use lingering kiss on Julie.
I mean...
So she's going to... Again, like, Rosalind is obsessed with just, like, putting her fingers and her hands on people's faces whenever they're already obsessed with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's
really
going to
kinky.
do the same thing. She's going to do the same thing. And as Julie starts talking about her partner, Rosalind is just going to go, shh, you don't need to worry about him right now. Like, there's no reason. You're with me. You're with me right now, and this is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah?
And she's going to slide her hand, like, so she's in the passenger seat, right? And so she's going to slide her hand around the back of Julie's neck, and her thumb is going to just, like, gently graze Julie's, like, jaw. And this is when she's going to basically use, like, irresistible voice, which is free against mortals, and so, and then she's going to have a little snack, and her teeth, just like before she sinks in, her mouth is going to just hover very, very, like, very close to her neck.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going, like a mini taco.
Like a mini taco.
Like a mini taco.
Oh, goodness gracious. And you hear, like, the whimpering of, like, Julie complaining about Derek, and she's just kind of like, oh, that's nice. And she's, like, kind of like her whole demeanor changes, and she gets, like, super, like bubblegum gay. Like she is like small and in a space, and she's like riding that high. And Bikini Kill is blasting in the background during this whole time. Just this rebel girl just shouting over and over again.
Love it.
If you have a hunger to slake, you could slake it. Otherwise, it's just a little teeny tiny snack.
Yes, perfect. And then she's gonna do cloud memory. So Julie's not gonna remember.
Julie has so many gaps in her memory over this past week. It's ridiculous.
She doesn't even know.
Yeah, so she sort of like shakes out of it and goes, I think I need to call Derek back. I'm gonna talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the ride. I'm sure we'll talk to you again. And then Rosalind immediately bounces.
Yeah, and then you hear her drive away. Rebel girl, rebel girl. And we go back to the security where Josette and Chase are. You approach. There are like 8 to 10 men and women in like all black gear standing. They are not armed, but they have like bulletproof vests on, and they're just kind of like pacing around. You can tell also that a couple of them are of kindred kind.
Mm-hmm. And Josette's gonna want to talk to one of the kindred.
Yeah.
And just be like, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Usually, we come by every so often, but this level of security is a bit excessive for what I've experienced before. Is something wrong?
Security's just been amped up for the time being. There, can't go into detail too much about that. Behind this one, you see Silas Greaves, who's the chantry head, at the top of the steps, and he notices you, and he whistles. I cannot do the loud whistle. He goes, and that vampire turns around, and he kind of gestures for you two to pass through.
Thank you. And Josette will move immediately to go greet Silas. Silas, what's happened? This is excessive even for you.
Let's walk and talk.
Of course. Chase, this is Silas Greaves. He is the keeper of the chantry.
And
Silas, this is my child, Chase.
Child. You must be. You don't look Nosferatu. No offense, Josette. You must be Thin Blood.
He nods.
No judgment here. Thin Bloods are just as powerful as Tremere in my book.
Smiles.
So, and he leads you through. You notice that there's like the stairway is closed off. Like just taped off, and there's a couple people standing there. You notice Liam is one of them who's just talking to somebody. But you are able to go down the steps in that direction. And he takes you to the elevators. And he says, no, nothing really to worry about. There was a slight mishap on the staircase last night, but everything is under control. No issues here. And he kind of gestures to and holds the elevator for you both as you descend. He says, Josette, I say this in confidence that you won't say anything, as this is, the way we are here in the chantry. It doesn't really leave these four walls, and he gestures to the elevator.
Of course.
We had an incident that might be connected to the explosion at the waterfront. We have somebody that was here, a guest, who was taken. of the Camarilla kind, and one of their coterie was pushed down the stairs over the railing. They are being questioned now. Not the one that was taken. He is fine. He was found. But good. The whole situation has put one of our own, Lilith, you would know of, in quite a predicament, as she was one of the last ones to speak to this abducted individual.
I see. And I'm assuming she had nothing to do with it.
Of course not. She is a Tremere. We keep to ourselves, so to speak.
Then why do they think she did?
As I said, she was one of the last ones to speak with him. She was going to just her own business with this person.
Understood.
We are still open for business. We still have people coming in and out, but you understand if there are a little bit of obstacles to work around until we get back to where we were before.
Of course. We will make do with what we can do. But I did come on orders from the Baron this time.
You see his jaw tighten. He stares at the door as the the ding of the bell rings and the doors open, and he sort of shakes his head a little bit and gives you a little bit of a smile. Of course, Baron business is of the utmost importance. What can I help you with?
Well, she did... Going back to the explosion, she seemed to think that someone might be looking to flame her for this.
She always thinks somebody is framing her.
I know, but this time, with it being such a big event, we need to make sure we look into it.
Of course, we are at your disposal.
Well... You said that there might be a connection between the incidents that occurred and the explosion. Can we start there?
Of course. I believe Lilith is still here. Let me lead you to her. And...
Of course. And if... I have one more friend coming in, Rosalind. I'm sure you know her.
Yes, Miss Rousseau, the Toreador.
Of course. So, if you want to let security know at some point that she can be let through as well.
Of course. And he had already, by this point, led you to his office, and he's going to lift up the phone as he walks around the desk and press a button and say, you're going to find a wonderful, sweet Southern belle approaching the... Chantry in just a moment. You can let her through. Her name is Rosalind. She's okay. She's one of us. Yes, of course. And he hangs up the phone. I'm going to go back to the other three on nearing the bridge. Miguel, the bridge will take you away from the line of sight from the rooftop. Do you want to meet back up with them, or are you scoping out for more stuff?
Would there be any suspicion that he needed to stay behind? Because if there isn't, then he would most likely stay in the shadows, as using his stay in the shadows thing as a sombra.
If Artem is moving with a purpose towards a group of people,
sure,
it would benefit him to have eyes on him kind of nearby, but you also understand that he might still be able to handle his own, and it might still be able, if anything should happen, it might be interesting to see if anybody on this side recognizes that.
Sure. I think I'd stay in between, not too close, not too far away.
Yeah.
Kind of hidden in the shadows. So I know Artem can handle himself. So, and
Yeah.
I know Gabriella can handle herself. So I'm not worried. I am going to be more scoping out both sides of the river.
Yeah. The buildings near the Walt Whitman Bridge aren't as tall as the ones on the Ben Franklin Bridge. Like, you can't be like hanging out on top of the Carvana Tower, but you can definitely you could honestly like be on top of the IKEA and have a good view of both what's going on the south side of Philly and what's going on the bridge.
Sure.
So while you're kind of in that area, I'm going to give you a little bit of an advantage too, because you're focusing on the water, and you can. Ooh. Gabriella, would you get the information from Chase about the bill of lading? Do you share it with Artem and Miguel?
Yes. I thought like we had disclosed everything like when we were walking out. So when she got it, she would have been like, okay, here's the lowdown, just in case. Yeah.
Okay. So, Miguel, while you're looking at the waterfront, there are like decommissioned boats in areas where like the piers aren't operating, but you can see the ones that are active because you're near the Navy Yard. I'm going to say, based on the description of this super vague bill of lading, you can kind of narrow down where this boat might have come from in the Navy Yard based on that. Like, you're looking for like a suspicious area, and you might have an idea of where that could be.
Sure. Can I see movement in the yard, or is it empty?
I'm gonna say you don't need to roll for this because you've been like you've been focused on finding anything out of place environment wise. You see several unmarked trucks, like just regular nondescript box trucks, leaving a one of the like points of egress from the Navy Yard, and all of them going in a separate direction. One like 2 go left, 2 go straight, 2 go right.
Sure. I make note of that with a piece of paper and pen that I have always on me because I can't take any pictures.
Do you draw a little truck with like a little
it's perfect though. Like, I think, you know, the funny person in me wants to put stick figures, but I think since Miguel's been around for so long, it's so fastly drawn, but it's so well articulated that I can tell every single detail of his drawing in it. So it's just like
a true Renaissance
kind of
painting.
A Renaissance fan, because he's truly from that period. So he's just like, and just like really just draws it all out to perfectly describe when you look at this piece of paper, like where the 2 trucks are going. And I take note of the actual license plates as well.
Okay.
So that is important as well. And like any distinguished figures on the actual truck that would give it its distinction. So like if it was like, you know, a Food Lion or whatever, anything that would give it away that, you know, this particular truck has a marking on it.
Perfect. Okay. Gabriella and Artem, you are on the bridge walking towards this kind of gathering of people in the middle. Do you still have the unseen passage up, or do you want to be seen?
I think I would keep it up until Artem would tell me otherwise.
Artem wouldn't pay any mind to it, hardly. he is going to turn to Gabriella and he's going to be like, "These are good rules. You know how to handle yourself, just in case."
Yeah, I'll
And
have
as he's
you know
saying that,
that.
you see him like taking off the rings that are on his hand and putting them in his pocket.
I'll have you know, I have been basically on my own up until now. I can handle myself just fine. Do what you need to do.
Okay. And Artem is going to walk right into the middle of the whole crowd and just be like, "You said they're all Guru?"
Yep.
And he's just going to casually say, "What did you see?"
Is Unseen Passage now like dropped?
No, so she'll keep it on herself, so they can't see her.
Okay. So you see.
Totally.
Go ahead.
I was saying, did you follow me into the crowd?
I'm a couple of like steps behind you.
Okay.
You notice, both of you notice that they don't seem particularly like, I want to say edgy the way Kindred are, where they're always sort of like angry about something, but you can tell that they're really scared and nervous, and that is what's making them on edge. And you see a bunch of murmurs, or you hear a bunch of murmurs as the crowd gets a little bit uneasy that a fucking Kindred just walked in the middle of their area. And you see a couple of them step forward. There is a kind of like a very tall, very strong black woman who has locks and like a brilliant gold eyes, and she's wearing kind of like an old like military jacket, and like boots, and she looks very like ready to fight, and very like a leader kind of position. And then an older white woman with very disheveled gray hair. You recognize this person as Paula. You've seen her before.
Okay.
And Paula and the black woman come up and address you. And Paula says, Artem, what are you doing on our side of the bridge?
I have no quarrel with you unless you have anything to do with this.
No, we have no quarrel with you either. This is Olivia, and she gestures to her comrade. Olivia is the Camden County protector of our pack. She was the one who probably has the most firsthand knowledge of what happened. And Olivia steps forward and reaches out to shake your hand. And she says, my family and I live right here in Gloucester City. We saw everything. It wasn't, the boat didn't crash into the bridge. There was an explosion, 2 explosions, before it hit the wall.
Did you see where the bolt came from? He does shake her hand back.
Yeah. Navy Yard. And she points towards the yard. To a specific port where there's like a crane. She points to it. She says, that crane there, the blue one, right there. And she's like, I don't want this to come back on us. It always does, and we're not going to have it this time.
I will not let it. And Artem's going to turn around and look back to Miguel. If would I see Miguel?
Miguel is not close enough for you to like shout, but you can see him. Like you can see where he is. Yeah, he's like dancing on top of IKEA.
I wasn't planning on shouting. I was going to look to Miguel, and it's all like body language, like make eye contact, look towards the naval yard, and like kind of nod that direction.
Yeah.
And Miguel or Artem is going to start walking that way as well.
And that's where we're going to end our episode tonight. Realized it was
Man,
12:15.
we really thought we were gonna figure out what happened.
Oh, fuck
Yes.
no.
We didn't.
One night.
Yeah, one night
Yes.
to solve the crime. The A plot is
Fuck
going to
yeah.
be solved.
I'm just saying, Josette, don't be bad.
We'll talk.
Oh goodness. How are
I
you
think it's so
all-
funny. Yeah, I think it was for the best, you know, like them not being in the same space right now.
Oh,
Let them cool down.
They're both too stubborn to back down.
I don't know if you caught it earlier, North, but she very like pointedly called him Prince,
Mhm.
and like yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
He made note. He knows. He's like, we're not gonna have this conversation right now.
Oh my god, incredible. How are you all doing? Is everybody okay? Good.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, now I
Great.
want to keep going.
So lovely.
Okay, so I would love to keep going too, but I have to write more of the plot before you keep going. Thank you all and we had 2 raids today. Thank you, Wanderer's Haven and Cinesaya, for hanging out with us. And everybody that is hanging out, hi Stacy. And Miko is here. Hello, Vancouver by night, of course. Hi, friends. And everybody that joined the Ink Got Crit crew. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna get everybody can go around and introduce yourself and plug your shit. And I'll start with Christopher.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris, or Vendorsa1 on Twitch, or Tend to My Flames everywhere else. I'm here. I'm doing the Mutvia campaign on Tuesdays over on Vox and Quill. I'm in Chronicles of Kriath with Tabletop Tailspinners with Emma and Robbie, and I will also be in the Vicen game, which the first episode will be the Thursday, right? The last Thursday of the month.
Thursday.
The 26th, is that right?
The 25th, I believe.
25th. Yeah. And that's all I got, and I'll toss this over to Kori.
Who?
Kori.
Oh,
we
there's
got the really loud fan
somebody's
again.
got
What
a
do you say,
noise.
Corey?
Yeah.
Oh, is it my fan again? Sorry, bye.
Hey guys. How dare you? I'm Kori. I do all things creative, art, graphic design, music, and you can find me at Lane Saw Chassis on Instagram and Threads. And coincidentally enough, I'm also in a punk band called Chainsaw Lassie, where I am the lead singer and I yell a lot, and we actually cover Rebel Girl. So icing on the cake. And so we have one song out right now on all the streaming services, and we are in the process of recording our first EP, which should be out in September. So I love it here. That wasn't supposed to be like Robbie.
Yeah, I'm Robbie, and I mostly stream here on Twitch as well. You can find me over. Someone put my thing in the chat there already. Doing homebrew content and just talking about, tabletop stuff in general, DM, player. It's just a fun place to hang out and have fun. So stop by and say hi sometime. And North.
Hi, my name is Norfolk911. I am one half of Twisted Fates. We are currently doing a lot of really cool things. I'm super excited. I have some amazing, lovely people that are going to be over on the Twisted Fates channel here on the 25th of this month. They're going to be playing the game Bison. Also, on Thursdays, we play the game Candela Obscura, which has been, chef's kiss. If you love horror mystery, you need to go check that out because the cast over there is fucking killing it. So much has happened in so many good ways, which will not be revealed until later date, but let's just say that we are being noticed and it's amazing, and I really appreciate everyone who comes by and stops by in, and it's really awesome. So we are also I'm also here every month playing Miguel Caldinero, our sad boy as of right now, but he is not going to be sad much longer because he's looking for a fight because he is also angry. And then you can find me over on Castleton actually right now playing Alistair Alistair Maldonado. Which is a really interesting character who has a lot of secrets up his sleeve. So if you'd like to check that out, go ahead and check that out as well. But you can find me almost everywhere on the internet because apparently I'm everywhere right now. And if you really want to know where I'm at, you can go follow my socials over on Twitter and Threads and all the other cool places under Norfolk 911 or Twisted Fates. And thank you so much again, Erin, for hosting this amazing game. And I'm super happy to be here playing a really fun character. I really enjoy playing him. So I get to actually, and I get to play him again, a younger version of him actually, over on Folk and Myth on the 22nd.
22nd.
Thank you. With Yuri, who I'm going to pass that over to her now. So.
All right, so hello everybody. My name is Yuri. Again, that is at Yuri and the Beast. Absolutely everywhere. I am the most active on Threads. Right now, I am in the Mutvia campaign on Tuesdays as well over at Vox and Quill with Chris, Emma, and our lovely storyteller as well is a player on that. So that's super awesome. You guys should totally check us out. What else? I am going to be joining the Vice campaign as well at the end of the month. Super excited to be joining that over at Vox and Quill. We're actually going to have our same storyteller. Erin is going to be the storyteller for that as well. So that is super exciting. If you liked her here, you're going to love her over there too. You'll see me here every month, hopefully, for as long as Gabriella, doesn't do something dumb and get herself killed. I am going to also be joining Rage Panda Pajamas over at the Association for her Divided Kingdoms campaign at the end of the month. I'm going to be joining the Somebody's Heroes for their Fall of Tauliva campaign also, but I don't know if that's at the end of the month or over into August. We'll see. And then Folk and Myth as well. So it's like a 2-shot murder mystery kind of thing. I definitely watch the VOD for that first part. It was just so juicy. It was so spicy. That North is there as well with me. And yeah, that second part's going to be on Monday the 22nd, so we can see how that gets resolved. I know for sure I'm forgetting something, but oh well. If you want to see the rest of the stuff and everything I'm at, again, that's at Yuri and the Beast on Threads. And I'm gonna pass it over to the lovely Emma.
And that Vice
Hi, everybody.
game is on Twisted Fates.
Oh,
Yes.
I did. I said Twisted Fates.
You said Vox and Quill.
You said Vox and
Oh
Quill.
shit!
Yeah, I was
Vox and
just
Quill
letting that slide. I was just like,
Vox and Quill for Mutvia, and then Twisted Fates for the Bison campaign. Oops.
Yeah. But hi, everybody. My name is Emma. I am the founder and creative director of the Tabletop Tailspinners Network, a TTRPG podcast network that focuses on diversity without tokenism and featuring all of the lovely GMs especially, but also diverse players that you don't see on other TTRPG channels. So we have 4 4 different podcasts actively available right now, 2 of which I run, a long-term D&D 5e game called Chronicles of Kriath, which is on a little bit of a hiatus while I catch up with some editing, but we're finishing up work on the rest of the episodes for the first campaign, and Chris and Robbie will be joining me for the second campaign, which will hopefully be out by sometime early next year. So keep an eye out for that. And I also DM a one-shot podcast, also D&D 5e with some other systems mixed in there as well, called Improv Madness, which is an entirely improvised one-shot season where everything, including the campaign or the one-shot that you listen to and the characters that are played, are rolled on the spot. We also have another D&D 5e campaign that recently started releasing called Magnificence, which is a dark fantasy D&D 5e game that I am actually a player in. I get to play a naive little Triton wizard boy named Kuvos Nemenath. So if you want to see me in the player's seat for that, go ahead and take a listen to that. And last, but certainly not least, because it's our fan favorite right now, is All Our Faults, which is our Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast, which is so good. Winter is an incredible GM. They have a stellar cast and have another amazing member joining them after their mid-season break ends in September. So once that ends, we'll be able to share the cast announcement with all of you. But I think you'll all be really excited for that new cast member that's joining us. So keep your eyes out for that. As far as other things you can find me on, you can find me on Tuesdays over with Chris, Yuri, and Aaron over on Vox and Quill in the Mutvia campaign, which is a dark fantasy Pathfinder 2e remastered campaign. I am also here every month playing Josette Pernay, the French Nosferatu. And I think that's all as far as current appearances. And we will be reviving our TTN Twitch for the first time since our fundraiser week at the end of this month. So I will be doing a prep and world building stream on Friday, July 26th from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern. So if you have some time in the afternoon and want to hang out and watch me prep some sessions and talk about the world of Kriath and everything else, just go ahead and find me there. But yeah, as far as other things I've been on, just keep an eye on social media. We are Tabletop Tailspinners, all one word in lowercase, on most platforms. We don't have Twitter, sorry. But yeah, that's it for me. So back to you, Erin.
Yay! I love this cast so much. Everybody follow everybody. I don't make the rules. Stacy, thank you for shouting everybody out. And I am your storyteller. I'm Erin, or erinmylaundry everywhere. I do this. I run the TTRPG Collective, and I'm in the Vox and Quill game, except for this Tuesday is my last Tuesday over at Folk and Myth doing our... That's actually going to be on Myriad X _X's channel, is the last episode to our One Ring campaign. And that is great. I play a dwarf who is definitely neurodivergent, and we love her. And yeah, Twisted Fates, July 25th, I will be starting a Bison campaign that will be set in Algeria. So if you'd like to get into North African folklore, we're going to be learning about it together. It's going to be really fun. And I'm going to set up a raid. I don't know if they're still playing, but it looks like they are. We're going to raid Fuzka. They're playing difficult terrain. They look like they're having fun. They've got good diverse cast going on. So we're going to do that. But thank you very much for... Oh, Vancouver by Night. Send it to me for the next time, because I'll do it. And thank you for hanging out with us. And I hope you all have a wonderful time. And remember, blood goes great on beef ramen. And with that, bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.